Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. No. What are we gonna do? CK. Everyone's name was red and starts with a C in chat except Sky, which really confused my brain. I thought Citro was talking. In chat, it was CK. Core. Core. Sky. Sigh. Beautiful. Okay. Anybody having problems with their stream or things they want to improve, they want to discuss? Or are you playing Elden Ring? Oh, that's desktop mode. We don't want that. Oh, boy. Ah, yes. Everyone is falling prey to the Elden Ring. Trying to grow your channel. Everyone says that. But I'm starting to feel like, you know, the Anchorman meme. I don't believe you. So it's starting to feel like that more and more every day. Yeah, don't stream it. You can play video games, just don't stream them. It's like you can play Fortnite, just don't stream it. Yeah, you want to make friends. You want to meet people. Streaming is a social thing. We're social creatures. We like to socialize. It's a social thing. And if you're doing yourself... Hi, Pickles, by the way. You're doing yourself a massive disservice by not making your stream a social-focused thing, right? Oh, that just broke my cool effects. Hold on. Let's turn you on. I should do this in studio mode. Boo. Boo. You're doing yourself a massive disservice by making... So many people make these choices like, well, you don't even have to stream to do that, Sky. You want people to hang out with and play games. You could just go to other streamers, hang out with them, and play games. Like you don't have to be live to achieve that goal. So you also have a desire above that, right? You want to be streaming, which means you want to be the person that is pulling in people to play games with you, and while you're producing content, right? So, and I think the difference, distinguishing between those differences is actually important. Otherwise, you would just go stream. You wouldn't stream. You'd just go play with streamers that are playing with people, right? Ty, did you get the power adapter? Is it coming or is it there? Sky, if you want to grow your stream, there are very clear ways that do work. It's coming. Okay, it's not there yet. When does it arrive? I want to know if it works. Sky, just give me an emote if you're still listening, because I'm going to talk directly to you. If you're here, I don't want to waste my breath. Because I've said this before. Okay, good. If you want to grow, and it depends on your current average viewership that you are consistently able to pull. So if your average viewership that you can pull is let's say it's you're brand new. I'll start from the bottom. You are the only person watching your stream reliably, for a majority of time, you're going to have 2 to 3 viewers because you've opened your stream a bunch of times, and maybe one person will pop in and out, right? If you're at that level, you want to stream dead games, not dead, super dead games. But what I mean is, you want to stream games that have very little competition for streamer interest and competition. You want to go to games that have one row, especially if you're brand new, one row of streamers, so that there's a selection. There's less of a selection bias from new viewers. The choice is two to three other people streaming the game and you. Because right now your biggest focus and issue needs to be, I gotta meet new people. One new person is one extra viewer. That's a 30% increase in viewership. Right? So go play games that don't take forever to beat, that you can stream for like 10 to 20 hours. That's like 2 weeks of streaming, one for some people. And go meet that one new person. Make that one new friend. Invite them to your Discord. Start playing games with them offline. Become friends with them. That's where it starts. All of it. The people that come to your stream and support you early become like your closest viewers and friends on Twitch. And you just need to set it up so that you maintain a relationship beyond your live situation. So you go to Twitch's browse page. I'm gonna pull up Twitch. So if you're gonna stream right now, Friday's horrible, by the way, for streaming. Friday is not a good day in general. For some people, for some games, in some communities, it can actually be a really great day. Like For Honor, for instance, is good for some reason. Okay, so you pull up the browse page. Let's say you're gonna stream. Wow. Camera. Oh, really? How does that make any sense? Why is it? Oh, I know why. I know why. I'm big dumb today. I know exactly why. Hold on. Let me fix my camera framing. There we go. Too many pieces of software, if you ask me. Okay, so you're on the browse page, right? And this is going to be true. You just bump up the access, and you could do this sub 20 viewers. This works. Period. For growing your stream. If you have good stream content quality, good audio, good title, good engagement, if you're a good streamer, this will work. So, if you have a bad microphone and your gameplay looks like potato, you're really going to hurt your chances. It still might work a little bit, but you got to make sure all the little things are kind of taken care of too. So you want to scroll down until you hit 90 viewers or so, and we'll start looking at something, right? Any games that might work. Twitch, you're so slow. They need to optimize how this all loads in. Okay, 80 viewers. So BioShock Infinite. I'm gonna open this in a new tab. Look at that. 0 viewers, 1 viewer, 1 viewer, 2 viewers, 2 viewers, 3 viewers, 3 viewers, 9 viewers, 66 viewers. So if you know you're gonna have more than 3 viewers, you're gonna be number 3 in this category. This person, you can't even see their camera. They have a camera, but they're also not English. So you're gonna end up with that's a very limited, and this was not English either. So 66 viewers. So you would be the top English streamer with more than 3 viewers in this category. And the likelihood that you would get at least a new eyeballs onto your stream would be very high. and you could meet one new person. If you have 8 viewers, that still works. If you have 12 viewers, that still works. You'd be number 2 in this category. You're going to be higher, even higher up. But you see, if there was like 4 or 5 rows of streamers, you'd just be lost in a soup. You would not be able to, you would be less likely to get clicked on. There's all these extra options. So you want to look for this. Less than 2 rows is great. You know, this person's not even watching themselves. They look like they're a new streamer. So 86 viewers. That works. Portal 2. Let's look at Portal 2. Portal 2. There's a co-op game you could play with a viewer or a friend. Okay, so this, see how saturated this is? Immediately, if you have 15 to 20 average viewers, great. This is a good category for you to meet new people. Because you know you'll be on the top row, and you could be the top streamer. Taking that top spot is really powerful. So I would make this decision if you have more than 14 viewers average. I would not make this decision if you have 3 viewers, because look, you're lost in the soup. There's too much selection here. There's too much competition. You want to stand out, and it's going to be hard to stand out unless you have a big camera and you hang out chatting most of the time. I mean, there are other options, but most people want to play the game. They want to hang out and play the game. Let's look at Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal. Same thing. If you have more than 5 viewers average, you'd be in the top 4 selections here. Really good camera placement would give you a really good situation. This person's tiny and in the corner. They got a lot going on with their banner. They got stream avatars going on. This person's potato stream, total potato. So bad encoder settings. Who knows what the rest is going to look like. This person, they're speed running, maybe? Yeah. So, you know, that's going to set them apart a little bit. Potato encoder. This guy's got a decent camera size. So you just want to stand out more than this. If you can make your camera big, people can see your eyeballs. That's actually really important. Like if I was playing a game right now and I was trying to get attention in that category, this is more like what my camera would look like. Like this. I'd want people to be able to see my reactions and my eyes. A lot of you look like this while you're playing a game. You can still see my eyes, but do you need to see this much of my body? Like my head's like this big. My camera has got this whole section. Do you need to see? You don't need to see that. People want to see this. They want to see this while you're playing. Show your face and your eyes, you know, as much as you can. This is great. People want to see if this would make you stand out in the thumbnail, right? Down here, look, you'd be like very easily people could see you have a camera, they'd see it's big. Yeah, open your Twitch browser. 1 view. You can give yourself 2 views. So open it on your phone, open it on a browser, open it on your PlayStation, open it on your Xbox, open it on your Dreamcast web browser, I don't care. Open it somewhere. Get a Raspberry Pi, open it on that. Give yourself a view. Yeah, give yourself 2 viewers to start. And ask a friend to come hang out, you know. I just can't win with this light. Let's just turn it down. Now I'm in the dark. We'll add some graininess. That's fine. Possible alert on your Zapier. YouTube, really, I really wish you would fix your stuff, please. All right, yeah. Basically, this is the game you want to play. You want to meet new people. That is the whole game the entire time you're streaming. That is the entire point of streaming, is meeting new people, making new friends. Always. That never stops. If you want to grow your stream, if you want to stay relevant, it is 100% that. That is what you're doing by being live. Otherwise, you're just playing video games on the internet. Even if you're the one logged in on each instance, you can give yourself 2 viewers. Yes. 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 Actually, it's per IP address. So even if you used another account, it wouldn't do anything. Like if I'll open my stream on another tab on a different account, and I don't think we're going to go up a viewer. What are we at? 4. So I don't think we're going up. Yeah, it's per IP address. So Twitch knows you can open it like 50 times and it won't matter. You could be different accounts, it won't matter. They'll be in the chat, but yeah, it's limited to per IP address. So if you could get a second IP address, second internet connection, there's 4 viewers. You could be competing with this stream right now. This stream isn't really meant for growing. This is for me to communicate with you guys and help, and maybe even give us some extra exposure. One of the things I need to do is tell the YouTube community, because there's like 2 communities for IQ right now. There's the member community website, Discord, and then there's the YouTube side, and the YouTube side is growing. I'm getting subscribers every day. So that side, I need to start kind of filtering them to, I don't really tell them to join IQ, and I don't tell them to come to the streams and stuff. So I need to just start pointing them to the Twitch channel, and then then I can filter people more directly to the membership side. But yeah, you guys, you need to choose games where there's less competition. If you have 2 viewers, do not play this game. Look, you're gonna be down here in a sea of people. Like, this guy's been on for an hour. He's just sitting there chatting. Oh, see how tiny his cam is when he's playing, though. Like, all the little things matter so much. You know? What's this? Naraka? You know, if you're going to have more than 3 viewers, boom, top row. Perfect. You're going to get a lot of clicks, especially with a big camera. You got a VTuber, no doggo cam that's all distorted and warped. No camera. So come down here. Dead is not dead. You know, dead is not dead. Rise of the Tomb Raider. It is. It's a multiplayer, like a competitive multiplayer game, or like co-op. That makes a big difference. Oh, it's a battle royale. I didn't know that. I don't know. I don't know anything about video games anymore since I got sick. I started taking iodine today, though. So maybe we'll see if that helps. I do feel a little bit better. So hopefully I can keep going and feel even better. Okay, so camera, but he's tiny. You can't even tell that he's got a camera unless you really look. Like people are looking at a glance. These thumbnails are all horrible. Your camera is covered. Your camera is covered by the time in the top. That's a Franker Faces thing, but a lot of people have that. I know everyone is streaming Elden Ring. I can't wait for the complaints of months from now. They're like, yeah, my stream's not really growing. Yep. Well, you played Pokemon when that came out. You played Elden Ring when that came out. Then you went and played whatever when that came out. And then you played whatever when that came out. When are you choosing to grow your stream? When do you make choices to grow your stream? Well, I don't really want to play dead games. The decision should be, I want to go meet new people and grow my stream, and I'm going to make decisions based on that. Otherwise, what your decision making is completely skewed. You go play Spyro the Dragon. Spyro. Oh my god. If you are a brand new streamer, go stream Spyro with a nice big camera and good audio. Look at this. This is perfect. You've got this speedrunner dominating the category. Look how big her camera is. She's probably playing on original hardware since she's a speedrunner. since Mister's not viable yet. There's another speedrunner. Boom. All these speedrunners. There's nobody just casually playing the game. Okay, there's one person casually playing the game. If you go into this category, you're with a nice big camera. This is our only casual player. Tiny skewed camera. His camera's actually stretched. Is distorted. So be very careful about what buttons you push when you're manipulating OBS. You don't want to do this. Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. Yeah, he is playing the remake, it's true. He's not playing original hardware. So if you could play this original hardware, even better. So Wide Sunny tells you, go play Spyro. This is what you want to look for. This is exactly what you want to look for. I'm going to reset it. I've made a mistake. I've made a huge mistake. Fixed. No. Stream only these games always. Here's what you do. And until you're partnered and you have a really big stream community, this is the trick. 100% this is the trick. Unless you want to find one game to dominate that has room for a leader. That's your other option. If you know you could be a good community leader, organize events, and offer things that nobody else is offering in the community. This is what you got. You got some streamers can't do that. Some streamers cannot handle responsibility. Okay? Let's go back. If you can handle the responsibility of being a community leader and like really owning and dominating a category, right? Being one of the top streamers, then you can do something like For Honor, for instance. You can go into For Honor. There's this is how you can break the rules, but you're gonna have to suffer a loss of viewership when you play other games. And you don't want to do that often. Once a week for a few hours max. And you want to go back to For Honor and you need to lead. You need to go in with the intention of offering something that is expansive and you shoulder a burden, right? Tournaments, weekly tournaments, prize pools, monthly tournaments, prize pools, special game modes, anything you can get creative with. So these are your two options. You can either dominate a category by being a leader and offering something like very niche and would be a lot of work and a lot of responsibility. Or you can go meet new people in very tiny games, one at a time, very slowly. But if you meet one person each game, by the end of the year, you could have met 40, 50 new viewers that are sticking with you in each one of those games. But you have to figure out, you have to put the effort in to get them to become a friend, like a social part of your community. And invite them in your Discord, invite them into voice chat, off stream, message people. You know, be socially active with these people so that they come out and they hang out and they support you. If you want to grow your stream, right? And it's really about one person at a time, one fan at a time, until you've got 1,000 fans, and then you can do anything you want. With 1,000 fans, you're free. That's when you earn freedom. There's 1,000 fans. 1,000 fans will give you the ability to do everything that you want to do. So you got to do one at a time. And it goes faster the more you grow, right? So you get the first 50 is real important, but then the next 50 comes twice as easy, and then the next 50 comes even twice as easy, and twice as easy, and twice as easy, and twice as easy, until it's kind of exponential at that point. You don't want to play Monster Hunter with people every Monday on stream right now. That's a good thing to do once you have a solid base of viewers. I would say 30 to 40 viewers. You can start doing that kind of thing. But even then, you're risking ostracizing those who cannot be involved with that kind of stream. You'd be better off doing Monster Hunter with only other streamers. And it's something you can probably do. It's like something you have to earn. I don't know. What do you think? Pickles, you probably, if you're here, you might have some more insight on this. Do you think it's viable for smaller streamers? I could be wrong. I'm open for a discussion on this, obviously, on everything. But I have a feeling that it would be... There's more net negatives to doing something like, PUBG and Siege and Monster Hunter, multiplayer co-op-y, competitive style games long term. And you're I think that the reason is it may be fun and it may be cool and it'd be something you do in Discord. But you're sacrificing meeting that new person by not streaming Spyro. Does that make sense? Like, a new viewer is not going to come in and be able to engage as easily with 3 people in voice chat. Unless you can figure out a way to broadcast all the gameplay at once and do something really interesting that is, like, helps you stand out above just, hey, you're watching me play with my friends. Like what Bridge Crew does. Bridge Crew does, like, single player games with 4 people playing them, right? And everybody gets different control over different aspects of the character or game or whatever. So, unless you're going to do something really creative like that, I'd say stay away from general co-op-y gameplay unless it's server-based and open for, like, lots of people, like Terraria, The Forest, Valheim, those kinds of games. That would be better. But even then, you still want to be careful with that kind of thing. They're better to build a community around. Again, you're missing out on meeting that 1 or 2 new viewers that could become community members streaming Spyro the Dragon. Seriously. Are you willing to sacrifice new viewers for, a night of Monster Hunter? You shouldn't be. You should, honestly, if you're a streamer and you want your stream to work and you want it to grow, 100%, nothing should be worth giving up the new viewer. Nothing. That should be priority number 1. New friends. The social growth of your stream is so super, super important. This light needs to live higher. I can't win with these lights, I swear. All right. That's enough about that. Kuma, you always want to come in and join me in voice, but then you can't. Is today another I can't day? Or are you lurking at this point? You might be lurking. I should have asked you sooner, I guess. I don't care. I'm doing Elden Ring because it's hype. Because I can't wait. True. Streaming is hard. Yeah, give it a shot. For real. If you want to see somebody who's taken my advice to heart and is making this work, he's doing it with the single game kind of thing, but the sentiment's all still there. So go look at Gwen Wide. He's in IQ. It's very, very. It does work. This stuff works. I wish I could show you, but I'm still not in a gamer. I'm still so symptomatic, and I have no desire to play video games. I don't have time. I have to just get healthy and make music, and I'm just so focused on my music that I can't. And helping you guys. You can. You want to join voice to talk about this Elden Ring situation? Or why does everybody want to kill their stream? That's a good question, right? Why does everybody want to kill their stream? Aish. No worries, no rush. I'm just gonna sit here and tell people, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh, I didn't take a picture of my weight for Twitter. I'll do it tomorrow, I guess. Everybody else has been late. I get to be late today. Dang. Oh well. The competition between Feckless, Oberlinks, and I is fierce. Who will win and be victorious? I might actually lose. My weight loss is so slow. Hi Kuma.
I don't know.
How's the Kuma?
Tired.
Tired. Why do I have to turn you up so much in Discord?
I don't know.
Should we fix your mic? I feel like your mic is not right. What did you change since we tried to fix it last time?
I honestly have done really nothing.
You need to get a Samsung Q2U. So you can just have a set it and forget it mic.
I should.
You really should. Because I can hear the condenser in your microphone. Like I can hear, it's very sibilant heavy. Like there's a lot of shh in it.
True.
Yeah. So Samsung Q2U is just insanely good for the money. You could take the other mic and use it as a backup or something else. For something else. Do you play music or anything?
No.
Maybe you should just sell it.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is about how I got this mic in the first place is because I just got it as a Christmas gift.
Yeah. You could just do it. You could do a giveaway. Give away the interface and the mic, or you could just sell it. You could sell both. You could probably get $100 for both on eBay or something. Let some other sucker deal with it.
I'm in this spot now where it's like, not really me being like necessarily lazy or anything, but it's more just that I really don't want to go like commit to tech upgrade stuff now that I can obviously afford to buy new stuff.
Yeah, the Q2U would solve so many of your problems, and it would make you sound really good for when you're on streams like this, or like if you were on a podcast or whatever. Would just like, it's like one simple investment, right? And then you're done. You don't need anything as a streamer ever again after that for audio. You don't need anything. A Q2U is like, you buy it and you're done. And that, you only buy a soundboard after that if you really want that upgrade. You want to go that direction, right? But a good microphone is just hands down super important. You end up talking a lot on your stream about stuff too. It would be good for you to just get like a good decent mic and just call it and be done.
Yeah.
And not that your mic sounds that bad. It's just like I can tell you would sound a lot better with like an actual dynamic mic. And the cheapest high quality way to do that is the Samsung Q2U. Just is. So it's hard for me to recommend any other direction shift, right?
Yeah, I'll keep in mind, and just when I finally want to bite the bullet to actually change my setup and whatnot. Like, this feels like really weird to say, because especially when being a streamer and all this, that I am, like, I want to come off as being, like, fearful of, like, my tech or whatever, but just, like, I do not have that, like, full compelled thing to be like, yeah, let me just rebuild everything.
No,
that
I
have.
got
Let me do
you.
this and that. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I know.
no. As soon as things work, I'm like, I'm fine.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like I always feel like we have to tweak what you currently have. So if you really want like a set it and forget it situation, I think you would actually like the Q2U because it'd just be one cable. You plug your headphones right into the mic, and the nice thing about the Q2U is there's literally like you just set it to 100 and you're done. And if it's ever under 100, you put it back at 100. Like that's why it's super easy. With what you have now, it's like, there's like the interface volume, then there's the Windows volume, trying to figure out which one of those is causing you to sound a little bit too honestly though, it's mostly your mic. Your mic, I can hear your walls. Like I'm an audio engineer, I know what's going on, right? But I can hear your room. Right? That's the thing that's bugging me the most is that I hear your room. I'm sure everybody else just thinks it's pretty normal. I mean, for Twitch it is, but I'm the guy who wants to like make everybody sound as good as they possibly can to give you the edge, right? So that when somebody comes into your stream, they go, "This is nicer," right? It's just I don't know
Yeah.
why it's nicer, but I know it is nicer. Right? Yeah. You do sound fine though. I'm nitpicking. So,
Yeah,
but
whatever. I know. I eventually just need to finally.
you'll do it at some point, I'm sure.
It's just I'm in this weird spot because I'm like kind of, because of how I've the past few months been doing, a normal day job finally after like literally years of being unemployed
Mm-hmm.
and getting back on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I
a mental shift, big time.
Yeah, like I've basically put a lot of stream stuff very much on the back burner, but
Yeah.
like I'm still kind of doing it anyways because, like, lo and behold, I don't really have much of a crazy social life outside of internet.
What about your
blips, so I'm
job? Is
like,
it social enough, or are you just like at a desk?
it's I work at a grocery store.
Oh, so it's social, antisocial.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm I know it's a kind of a blessing that there's only like two very much insufferable coworkers, but everyone else is actually pretty chill. So
Mm.
like I can, it's the whole thing where like I'm totally fine getting along with everyone because I'm not like, I don't get that weirdly attached about social whatevers. I'm just like, do my job. People are kind of cool. They're not terrible to deal with, and then I go home.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's that whole side of it. But main thing I was saying of how, like, with stream stuff, it's this weird thing where like I basically like had in mind, because of how I keep having these days where I'm just like super tired and all that. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna really go crazy on trying to like jump on really doing that streamer grind crap while doing this. But then unintentionally, I still, just because of the amount of time I don't know what else to do, I end up streaming like every other day anyways.
Yeah.
So it's like
Well,
I'm still doing it,
you,
but everything else around it I've not put, like, I basically, it's a very kind of lazy effort moment, which I'm well aware of. But of course, the irony is just because of how so many people know me here on Twitch. I'm just like,
That too.
oh hey,
Yeah.
look, I still hold a like 10 viewer average.
Yeah. I think also like you're pretty well seated with the greater IQ, at least like community.
Yep.
Like most of the people who are active in IQ, they all know who you are.
Yeah.
And the there's you would be missed if you disappeared. It would be really noticed. Like other people have also
Yeah.
disappeared and nobody noticed. And there's people that did disappear as well and it was like really everyone saw was like what happened.
Hmm.
You would be one of those people who it would be like where's Kuma? What's going on with Kuma? Is Kuma okay? Um so it's kind
I
of
mean, I was.
good. Yeah. It's kind of good that you know are doing it as much as you are to some degree because I think people would become immediately obvious. Like you got a
Yeah.
job and I don't think anybody noticed.
Hmm.
They're,
Because I mean, it's just insane. Because like, I know that other people, because their situation or whatever, that they really did as soon as they had to like shift at all in their work life, that they immediately are like, I cannot handle getting on doing streams, being super tired, and then just you know other stuff going on. So they disappear for 4 or 5 days, and I'm just like still going at it, and people are just being like, wait, what?
yeah.
Like you're still? I'm like, yeah. It's like, I mean, then again, it works out that my default like state of being is already like kind of tired, so it's like you can't really see the difference.
Me too. Me too. I just started taking iodine, hoping that will help. We'll see. Yeah, I don't really know where to go with there. We originally we were
Yeah,
going to talk about
about
Elden
well, I
Ring.
mean, kind of way I guess to pivot on that is that knowing that there are a few people who, because of other reasons and like personal and work life, haven't really been streaming as much.
Mm.
I know there's like this is one that at first I wasn't sure if I really want to bring this up because it comes off as targeting. Like I'm not gonna name anybody, but it seems like it's targeting one person. But honestly, this kind of applies to like four people that like I know through other people. Is that
Yeah, so it probably applies
small?
to hundreds of
Yeah,
people.
but like a handful of smaller size streamers, basically anyone who's like I'd say about 15, 20 and below view wise,
Mm.
that have been kind of much more sporadic due to like other things going on in their life, be it like because of their relationships or work. They've of course finally come back around to going like, hey, I'm actually, I think I have a few days I have open to stream, and guess what? It's Elden Ring time, and it's just the thing that gets me is it's not just like again like you can really just not care and just be like, F it, this is it, like I'm gonna do it. But I think that the real kind of issue here is the fact of how many people like push on that and try to say, I really don't care, I just want to do this, I'm hyped. But it's like so like fake. Like it's kind of like lying to themselves because
Oh,
like
big time. There,
because
it's the top game on Twitch right now with
yeah.
789,000, more than half a million viewers. Okay,
Hmm.
almost a million viewers, 200,000 shy of a million viewers in the category. Okay, unless you can compete with, ready for the names, Asmongold, Lyric. Okay,
Hmm.
you're soda popping. You're this isn't happening for you, right?
Yeah.
It's a Feckless Man said this to me the other day. It's a lose-lose situation when people say I'm gonna stream this game because I want to stream it. I want people to watch me play it. It's a lose-lose because people are, first of all, people are trying to avoid spoilers, right? So there's a
Yeah.
huge percentage of people that don't want to watch anyone play it, let alone
Yeah.
you. And so they're not going to watch because they don't want to be spoiled. They're really not going to watch your stream. They may lurk. You may still get like people to support you, but they're going to minimize that thing
Yeah.
and mute it. Um
It's just, like I think
Such a
the only
bad
thing that's
idea. Such a bad
like one
idea.
of those things that's it's kind of gassing up a few people of IQ people and all that is I can very much tell that people like Wuta and Sword or Berserk that are now streaming it,
Yeah.
they genuinely are like, this is a blast. This is what I was gonna do anyways. I'm bound to do this, so I'm gonna stream it and I'm having fun.
They have
The
a
issue
core
is that they
community that will kind of watch them do
yeah,
anything. It's
that too.
and they know very well that they're not going to meet new people and grow their
Yeah,
stream
like
doing
they're
it.
very well aware of that, and they
Yeah.
are still just gonna be like, I'm just gonna take in the game and just be cool with it. The thing is, that when I'm bringing up the other people who've been kind of very on and off and whatever, they're trying to jump on this. I don't even care. It can be even nobody. Is you can just feel that they would rather just do it off stream.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Just
there's
do it
no
off
level of
stream.
them just being like, hey, I'm doing my stream, but just because we all know I'm gonna play this game anyways,
Well,
here we go.
it's
These
kind
are
of
people that are like you can kind of feel the awkwardness that they're just like, why am I doing this? And it's like, then why aren't you just?
yeah, do it off
There's no
stream.
reason,
Yeah, do it off stream. Right?
especially when you've been like very sporadic in the last like month or so.
Oh, not even that. Like I know people that want this to be their full-time job big time. They really
Hmm.
care about that. They want within the next 2 years to be a full-time streamer for this to
If
be
they care about that, then they should stay far away from Elden Ring for like 2 months, maybe.
maybe even longer. We have no idea how long it's going to ride out, right? We have no idea.
Yeah,
You don't know with a new release how long it's going to stay saturated and popular for any reason. It could stay up
yeah.
there. We have no idea. Um
Being that this is not a very typical FromSoft linear, game like, Sekiro and Bloodborne. This game can kind of self-sustain quite a bit. Like there could just be people who are
yeah.
just bumming around just finding new stuff or
Yeah.
like there's so many angles you can go with it because it's not really like the like full-blown open world Skyrim whatever, but it's still big enough that chances are a year from now, someone will still be like, "Hey guys, so I glitched out this one part and I found this one like dungeon that they were gonna scrap, but it's actually under the map for some reason."
Yeah, but yeah, if you dodge into this rock, you get into the dungeon. Right? It's a feature, not a bug. Um
Yeah,
yeah, we don't know how it's actually going to affect Twitch in general, viewership wise. So, but you do know 100% that if you go stream like dead-ish games right now, you're bound to meet new viewers. You will. It will happen. So
yeah,
you're making a trade-off. You're trading your. This is what I always try to tell people: focus on making a good stream, not being a good gamer, right? Like, or not you. If your experience with the game is more important to you than the viewer's experience with the stream, that's gonna that's gonna kill your stream long term at this point. There's no, it's such an oversaturated market. Everybody's a streamer. You're you're not, if you don't care about the social experience of what you offer as a streamer more than you care about your experience with the game, that imbalance is gonna just make it really difficult to grow. Period. And I think how many people have I told to go stream Bayonetta, right? Like just go stream Bayonetta already. Like they haven't done it. They still haven't done it.
Oh,
uh,
by the way, sort of related to this, a small like it's actually a channel for like I think it's like shared between two guys, but this one stream that I found kind of just randomly of as of late, one of the guys has just been kind of doing his own like random kind of retro throwback. Let me replay some games I like, and he was actually streaming God Hand,
Oh yeah.
and I was like, oh yeah, cool. This dude had it's that annoying situation where he had the competing audios of the game and his own mic were the same volume level,
Ugh.
and I pointed out to him, and I basically got hit with the
Sounds fine to me.
like it's okay to me, and like please don't like try to like talk about my audio like quality. I
That
I do this
person's
kind
got
of
no
mix with
future.
myself.
Yeah,
And
no
I'm like,
future.
God, you why?
No future as a streamer.
Even if you
Zero.
felt that, don't say it. Like you can maybe like, oh, okay, like
Nah, if you feel that,
it's
you're
like,
never gonna make it. If you can't take critical feedback from chat when something is wrong with your stream, you're done. You're never gonna make it as a streamer. That's instant death. Two viewer Andy forever. You need to be able
yeah.
to balance a production, right? Imagine if Joe Rogan's podcast, like one person was real quiet and somebody said something to him about, hey, I could barely hear him, and everybody else in the room was like, sounds fine to me, and then like later they listen to the podcast and they're like, oh yeah, his mic was real quiet. Like, there's a reason why Joe Rogan has headphones on when he's doing these most of the time, 99% of the time, especially if he's doing a real serious interview with someone. He has his headphones on and he says, "Put these headphones on. Pull the mic right up to your chin." Like, he like tells them
Mhm.
like instantly. He's the one doing what you're doing in chat. You can't do that as a streamer. It's if I turn my stream audio on and go listen to the stream, it's going to like double up and loop and have all these weird issues, right? You need
Mhm.
chat. You need critical feedback from chat. That's so important. Like, if you can't take it at that level, which is like, hey, this volume is too loud or this is too quiet, then how are you going to get feedback for when like, um, you know, this was boring or I didn't like this so much. Like, how are you gonna improve on the more difficult things? Like, oh, maybe you shouldn't play Fortnite, like, or
Mhm.
Elden Ring. uh, I've seen a lot of people try to exercise on my advice for like choosing lower viewership games, and that they'll even do that wrong, right? They'll like go play a game that like doesn't fit the criteria enough, like XCOM 2. How do you feel about XCOM 2? Cool.
XCOM 2 is in that spot of just because I know how it's one of those games that is like the viewer base because it's a extreme strategy game thing or a
Mm-hmm.
lot of backseating types.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, that too. Yeah, yeah.
it's not even like I can't even say it's backseating. It's the
Know-it-alls.
it's the told you
Yeah,
so people. It's the
yeah.
ones who will freaking theorycraft everything, but the way that game works, you can't really,
Oh, it's so
like
RNG based that
yeah, it's so RNG based. It's like you're trying to basically
everything you
explain
do is wrong because it could have been
yeah.
better in their head. Yeah. Not only that, but like it's always oversaturated with streamers, and it's kind of
Yeah.
like a dead end. It's like a back alley that goes nowhere on Twitch. Even if you do meet people in XCOM 2, you're right. Like those people are probably not
Mhm.
going to come into your Discord. They're probably not
The
going to
only
be
thing
friends.
the only thing they want you to do is play more strategy games. So like the
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who actually genuinely love that stuff, like I know people who like that is their jam. Like it's all good for them, but like
They're not going to go watch you play Control
yeah,
or
when you
Doom
swap
Eternal.
over and be variety streamers, like yeah,
Yeah.
this isn't my thing because I'm also a strategy head kind of thing where it's like and then they kind of leave.
Yeah. Yeah, even if you went over to something like Factorio, you'd still have trouble with the know-it-alls because then they'll be like, "Why don't you just go play XCOM 2?" Overlinks, you want to
Yeah.
get in voice? You can if you want. If you want to hang out, we probably have to fix your camera. um, no, not today. There's just so much opportunity. Today is audio. Oh boy. They're gonna fix everyone's audio today. Yeah, I bet you he's gonna come in and be super loud. Yeah, Kuma, you're really quiet in Discord. I really want to try to. I have you 50% boosted in Discord, which means other people probably have to do that too, and we shouldn't have to do that. Do you have auto gain control set in Discord?
Where is that?
Control set.
Go into the cog on Discord and go into the video and voice settings.
Yeah, what I'm looking for.
Scroll down and it should say, noise suppression and all that stuff. Make sure that's all off. So like turn off noise suppression. Let me go in and I'll look at it at the same time so it's easier. So right above the thing that says crisp, learn more, and audio codec Optus, make sure noise suppression is toggled off. Make sure echo cancellation, you only want that on for when you're using speakers. If you're using
noise
headphones.
Suppression?
Yeah, under advanced. You scroll down and you see it says advanced.
Yeah, it says noise suppression.
Yeah, is it toggled on or off?
It's on.
Yeah, turn that off.
Alright.
Then echo cancellation down a little bit. Only turn that on for when you're using speakers in Discord. So that it cancels out when... Basically what it will do is it will mute your mic when other people are talking. Which you have to be aware of this. If echo cancellation is turned on and you're talking when someone else is talking, nobody can hear you.
Okay.
So echo cancellation is bad. You want that off. Noise reduction off. Automatic gain control, is that on or off?
So wait, I have echo cancellation is off. Noise reduction is on.
Turn that off.
Okay, now that's off.
Automatic gain control?
Automatic gain control is off.
Okay, that's good.
And
That should be pretty much it. Now your mic's just quiet. So go up to the top where it says input volume. Is it all the way up to 100?
input audio is at 100.
Okay. So it's a Windows setting then at this point that's making it. So you can either turn your mic up, which I think you could stand to do on the interface, because you're a little quiet on your stream. You could be a little warmer on stream. So can you just turn
how about now?
That's better. Now I can turn you down. Okay, 99. Yeah, give us a battleship checkers chess. 1, 2, 3.
Checker, check.
Yeah.
Mr. Cheetah, check.
Yeah, that's better. But now I'm very much hearing the condenser, but that's okay. At least I don't have to put you at 150 in Discord. What's your audio problem, Ober? Oh, you want to do that cable? Or did you?
I already did the cable. I don't even know if it's working now.
It's working.
Am I quiet again?
No, but your low end is really hot. Is your mic's low knob turned up?
Let me look. I don't know. I might have bumped some of those knobs.
The EQ, just set them all to 12 o'clock, straight up on the soundboard. Basically, you only want to mess with the EQ if you know what you're doing. Because you never want to boost on the EQ. You only want to cut. So if like there's a noise you don't want, like you don't want to boost. You want to cut.
No bust.
So left, only turn left on those knobs, and you should just leave them straight up, flat EQ. It's fine.
They should be flat.
Yeah, you sound a little better now. So I guess it was bumped up. I think my album is done.
Good job.
You gonna buy it on iTunes?
Absolutely.
You can just listen to it on Spotify if you want.
How much is it? What is it? Set for?
I think I'm gonna set the price to what, like whatever an average album price is, like $9.99 or something.
Oh, okay. But do I sound any better? I don't know if because I was quiet before, and I don't know if I'm quiet anymore. So
You could turn your aux knob on your soundboard up just a touch, like a hair.
my what?
The red top aux knob. The that's your Discord send. The Mon aux send.
Mon offset.
It's that top red knob
Top red knob. Let's see here.
on channel 1 where your mic is plugged in. You've got pan, FX, aux 1, and then Mon, and the top red knob.
That one. Okay, so
That's your
this
Discord
one, right?
on. Yeah, that's your Discord.
There we
on.
go.
Hey, that sounds better.
Is that it?
That's a little too loud now. Come down. What you want?
About here.
If you really want to know how to check this on your own, if you go into the Discord, I'll show you guys this. If you go into the video and voice settings on Discord, of course, my Discord is like not resizing properly, but are you seeing on the stream?
Yeah.
So this little notch here should be at -60, right? You don't want this automatic input sensitivity checked, and you're on voice activity, right? So
Yeah.
what you want, it's reasonable to have room noise on your mic underneath this. See how my room noise?
Mine's at -70 right now.
Put it on -60. And then you want your room noise to be down here. And you want your speech to be up here. And right around here is around -30 decibels or so. That's reasonable volume for Discord. Is if you're going well over, like almost, 30 decibels over the -60, that's reasonable for speech. Up here would be like peaking and too loud.
Yeah, mine is like, I don't know.
60 to 70% way up of the meter.
It's going past that knob.
Yeah.
So
yeah, as long as it's going over like an inch or two healthy when you're talking, then you're good. And when you're quiet, it could be like a little bit closer to it, like half an inch or something. So that's what you want to look at, is this little meter, and you want to make sure your voice is healthy, and you want to make sure all your room noise is underneath of that. So if your mic is too quiet, you adjust the gain, which is the little black knob, or on your interface if you have gain, or your Windows volume, so your mic gets louder or quieter, and room noise stays underneath. If I turn this up too much, you can hear my heater. So the room noise needs to be underneath the notch. They'll give you kind of an idea. And then if you're streaming, you just make sure your background audio covers the noise. It's hard to do that because my vent is closed in my room, so it goes when the heat comes on. It doesn't stay on that long, so you're fine. Now the reason you had to change that cable was because the soundboard aux output is mono, but your sound card is stereo, has a stereo input. And for some games, like Sea of Thieves, for some reason, the voice chat, the Xbox voice chat, or the built-in voice chat for some games, Sea of Thieves is one of them, it will only take one of the two stereo channels for the audio talking, right? So if you're talking to people in Sea of Thieves, it's taking like the right channel audio. And if you have a mono cable coming out of the aux, like you had before, which is just TS, right? It has one little black stripe on it.
Yeah.
Which is right. That even if you put a TRS cable in there, there's no ring channel. There's just a tip channel, which is the left channel. And so Sea of Thieves can't hear you.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Because it's listening to the right channel, and your voice is all the way, it's panned left on the input on the sound card. So you can change the sound card to one channel, and that would fix that. But it may default. The Windows drivers may refresh, and it may default back to dual channel. So the easiest way to fix this is to get that mono to stereo adapter that you bought, which then takes the left channel and sends it to the left and the right, and you plug that in the sound card, and your sound card now has left and right the same exact audio. So if you go into Sea of Thieves, it hears you. What a
that's good.
What a nightmare. Today is audio. We've talked about audio all day.
All day, every day.
It's just so important.
Yeah.
It's so important.
Yeah, it's probably super. Well, that's why I wanted to get it fixed, because I was like, man, I mean, I knew it was only the external send, because I think my stream sounds fine. It's just, the Discord is on a different sound card.
Yeah.
So, like, that was the thing.
Yep. It's always the thing. So, is there any other problems with your stream? Are you playing Elden Ring?
I'm not gonna play Elden Ring for a while. I'm working through Horizon.
Good.
There's only so many 0-day
Horizon?
releases.
You don't have enough viewers for Horizon.
Absolutely not. This is just me.
Overlings, when are you gonna grow your stream?
Probably after Horizon. I knew Horizon was gonna work out for me, or that was gonna be a ding. But
why do you do it? Why do you do it if you know it's gonna hurt?
Because I want to play the game.
So play it off stream.
I can't.
Why?
Because I wanted to play it on stream.
That's why do you want to play it more than you want to grow your stream? Why is that more important?
Because I'm goofy. I don't know.
Stop. This is why I'm here, so I can whoop-ah. That's what friends are for. Oh man, it's
That's what friends are for.
Bad joke, so bad. It's such a bad joke.
Oh my god.
Okay. It's so bad.
I'm getting ready to take a shower. I was gonna do my weigh-in today.
I forgot. So it's too late. I had breakfast. I'm already up like 2 pounds from food.
Oh man.
I forgot. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll get one. I'll get a day. I get to be late once.
You get to be late once.
Yeah. If you want to grow your stream, you should go play dead games.
I do. I'm gonna play a dead game tonight. I'm gonna do some.
Have you played Bayonetta yet?
I'm gonna play some Spin to Win before I play Horizon.
I don't even know what that is. What the hell is that? Is that a game?
No, Let It Die. It's the gacha mechanic they have.
It's your nickname for your game.
They've got a stew going, and it's got one of the decals in it. And if I get this decal, it's the last decal in the game that I need. So.
What?
Why? Because that.
I get that, but you want to be a variety streamer, so.
Yeah.
I think you need to start over.
I do. Just blow everybody out of the water.
You need to start over, and start. Even though you're going to have an advantage if you do this, because you're going to go, if you go into like, well, how many viewers does Metroid Dread have? I know you've already done these games, but.
I love Metroid Dread.
If you did Metroid Dread
fall off? I didn't even know.
Right
Metroid
now, you'd be number 2. Which
in
means
Dread?
when number 1 ends, you would be number 1. Yeah, in Dread. You'd be number 1 when the top streamer right now ends. And those people would probably, a big portion of those people would go hang out with you, since you would be the next number 1, right? And you'd be likely to be rated as well by other people in the category, since you're up towards the top. And you'd be the only person with a nice big camera. Like half these people, I'll do this on stream so people can see. Half these people, you can't even see that they have a camera. This person's camera's tiny. This person is covered by the view count. If that's even a camera, it's could be just a picture. It's just a picture. No cam. Oh, they do have a cam, but it's covered by the time, and you can't see their eyes. They're tiny. Tiny camera, and it's covered by the view count. No cam. Tiny. Why is everybody so tiny? People want to see your face.
That guy's got the best cam right there.
No cam. Oh no, that guy has tiny cam under the live thing. What? Camera under the live thing. Top left corner is the worst place for the camera.
I
No
like that.
cam.
You got that live right over there, so you have to click on it to see his face.
This
That's
guy
pretty
might
sweet.
not as well not even have a camera. He's just staring at a ceiling. No cam. Again, tiny camera, all ceiling. No cam. Green screen facing the wrong way and tiny. And tiny camera again. Why does everybody have a tiny camera?
I swear, some people are afraid to just have their camera actually cover the game. They think it's so important for some reason.
Well, you should see
it's
what
like-
Let
Then
It
make
Die
the game
streamers do.
smaller.
Let It Die streamers don't even do cam. They do no cam, no mic streams.
That game's weird though. So that doesn't. You're not gonna be able to go do that as a variety streamer.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
If you're variety
cams.
if you're variety streaming, you are the thing that's not variety about your stream. You, right?
The games keep swapping, but you're just the same.
You're the consistent thing. So you
Dude,
need a camera and you need a good mic. It's all very important. Okay, so if you did Metroid Dread right now, that would be fantastic. This is what I'm
I've
saying. You
actually
need to go.
considered revisiting it
You
because I
need-
love that game.
You need to go do these dead games seriously, because right now what you need to do is meet one person at a time, like you're a brand new streamer. Luckily, you're not gonna have 0 viewers doing it, but you need to come down here and go. This is where all the fish are at. This is where you're gonna meet
Where the
people.
Fishes are at. You know, I thought about State of Decay. I haven't looked at this stuff in a long time.
This is what you need to be doing. You go stream Bayonetta and get it over with.
I have it, believe it or not. Bayonetta 2? Yeah. I started it. and then
Bayonetta
I
1.
stopped it.
Bayonetta
Oh,
2
you-
is all right. It's good, but Bayonetta 1 is what you need to stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have them both because I bought it on Switch.
Yeah.
Came with one Android.
Skyward Sword. Let's see how many. There's 50 viewers in here. This would be perfect for you as well. You're gonna meet new people doing this stuff. This is where you need to live. You need the 50 to 200 viewer range, and it gets riskier at 200 viewers. You really need like 20 viewers to make the two. I think it's like 10 viewers per 100, right?
I was thinking about playing Control. What's Control at right now? Because I really want to play that game.
I saw it down here earlier.
Yeah, it was down there. I just didn't know what it was at.
I think it's around 100. Did I miss it?
I literally just saw you scroll it. I don't know.
I know.
Oh, Ghost. That's on my list. I'm getting ready to play Ghost too. Ghost of Tsunami or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that shit.
Tsushima.
Tsushima. Yeah.
God, that just got so annoying that every person that was streaming when
Here it
that
is.
game came out were like, Ghosts of Tsushima.
Hey, look, I acknowledge I'm an
Original
ignorant,
joke.
dumb American with it.
I mean, you're
so,
gonna
like,
meet one person, at least, and what you need to be focusing on right now is the translation of one viewer to community member, which means meet person, hang out with person. Get them in your Discord and like become friends, make new friends of the people that support your stream.
friends.
That's literally like the social aspect of streaming. Everybody just wants to stream games and have everybody think that they're like, the Michael Jackson of streaming or something. Like, oh, well, just watch
not
me.
me.
You just want to watch me. Everybody wants to be these top streamers, but if those top streamers were starting today, they would need that like core base of friends and support to get going. You still need that. You need those 20 to 50 people that really are always going to be there, and then you can kind of capitalize on the personality aspects of your stream and entertainment side of your stream. Not before you have 50 people that are like really supportive and feel like they are a part of your community and like the backbone of the infrastructure of what you're doing.
Right.
Drive me crazy. Over. Horizon Zero Dawn is way too saturated. Just click on it. How many rows of streamers are there when you're streaming
Probably
it?
a million. The game's huge, man. I've been working that shit for like that. That's
Forbidden
gonna be,
West
like,
or Zero
2
Dawn?
weeks.
Are you doing Forbidden West or Zero Dawn?
Forbidden West.
Oh, it's even worse.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing? You're not a streamer. You're killing me over. Look, you guys all, you don't realize, but if everybody's so interconnected, right? If everybody just took the rest of this year and focused on actually growing their streams together, it would skyrocket because we're all so interconnected, right? If
Yeah.
you blow up slowly over the year, not playing stupidly oversaturated games, getting on the top of the category, that's going to help everyone else that's close and connected to you. That's going to help. And that means you're doing a disservice to the people that are doing this, right? If Pickles is growing his stream,
I'm blaming Pickles for all my mistakes. Actually, that's really what it
Pickles,
comes down.
if some of Pickles viewers go check you out, and then you're just like at 2 to 5 viewers playing Horizon, how is that helpful? How is this helpful to everybody?
To be fair, I have about 10 people that watch me play Horizon.
No, you have 10 lurkers and 3 viewers. To be fair.
To be fair,
You might as well be streaming in the music category with me.
Yeah, I might as well be streaming in the music category with you.
You could be capitalizing on the success. The Samsung Q2U, Kuma. No, don't set it with your Behringer. Just unplug the Behringer. You could sell all of that and just have the Q2U. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's got a USB. You just plug it in, and you're done. That's why it would simplify everything. You could sell like the mic and your interface. Like literally, you just slap this on your arm, right? And then it's got USB port and it's got a headphone jack.
Yeah, I've heard great things about that. You guys really push that thing, so.
Because it's so simple.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And it sounds way too good. Way too good for its price point. It sounds as good as an SM58. Which then you need a Behringer interface or some kind of interface to make that work. This is all built in for like $30 less than just the microphone. It's crazy. It really is crazy. I don't know. I'm just sad. I'm sad. You guys are breaking my heart with your decision making to not grow your stream. And it's so many people over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And it's like a rising tide lifts all boats. So you not growing your stream, you're not taking advantage of the growth that other people are seeing. And then we all have to just kind of do it independently and hope it works for us. And instead, we could all be like seeing growth together. I need you to do it because no one's going to know who I am as a streamer if you guys don't grow your streams. I need you to grow your stream. I'm never going to be able to grow my stream because I can't go play video games. I have to just sit in the music category for like 3 hours, 3 days a week. And
hey, I like your music streams. I put those bitches on in the background.
Still, it's not a growth strategy. It'll never work. You seen the music category? It is.
Yeah, it's bad.
It might as well be the Elden Ring category, right?
Dude, Elden Ring. Yeah.
I might as well be streaming Elden Ring.
Get on the Elden Ring train, man.
My best chance at success is you being successful. So I am more invested in you guys growing your streams than you are, because I can't grow my stream through any typical means. I need you guys to grow your streams so that your people can come hang out with me while I'm doing music.
While you're doing music.
Kuma is a specific case and has better opportunities for growth. Well, because it's all about investment, Pickles, right? Like, he's investing a lot of his time in being a social person in other people's channels and supporting other people's streams.
I'm the guy, like, people know a guy streamer, and then I know a guy.
Yeah,
so it's just the interconnected thing that I end up being a like crossroads kind of thing about how I know people and I have no shame in being like, hey, here's a complete out there person that you probably would never meet.
What's that Kevin
Everyone
Bacon
meet this
thing?
guy.
The seven
Yeah.
seven steps to Kevin
The
Bacon or
degrees
something.
separation.
Yeah,
Of
7
Kevin
degrees.
Bacon.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that's
that
you.
case where it's like somehow I keep appearing places, which is funny because there's a few people I know who keep seeing me everywhere, and they're going like, "God, how do I keep finding Kuma everywhere?" And I'm like, "Yes, I'm everywhere."
And you're a destination raid, right? Because you're on late at night when everybody's ending, and so people are like need someone to raid that they know are, and you are on, so they raid you, or at least that's what it was before you were working.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still kind of that way since almost every other day I've still been streaming. It's just been GeoGuessr now.
Yeah, 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 and tierless, and the sunglasses thing is like one of the best things I've seen on Twitch in a long time. Seriously, that's some good shit right there. Yeah. That-
I just, it's just funny how like I hate that a couple people finally discovered that there's no cooldown, so I sunglass stack, and I gotta find some way to like I don't know. I have to find some contraption to be able to like stack like
You need to just
15
tape
of
them all together.
Yeah, like I need to find I need like a stick or something to like like put near me to like have them all stable, and then be like that would be like the big ultimate thing where it's like I'm gonna hit a Guinness World Record.
It's still
Longest
it's,
sunglass
yeah,
stack.
it's still really funny. I think it's actually probably more funny when that you have like have to put them on, like that you're
Yeah.
like one at a time having to try to stack them. That was some of the funniest things I've ever seen. That's some pure gold right there. Because
And also, as of now, like what I'm basically going for is I now when I go to like a gas station mini marts, I'm trying to find like the not like the worst sunglasses, but I'm trying to find the most like dude bro like bad taste shade.
yeah,
So each one is gonna be like a different style and like look like again, it's not purposely like bad and tacky. It has to be like the ones that you know that the like the dude bro in the big like elevated like Chevy truck will probably buy this and be like, "Yo, bro, these are some cool shades." Like I need those ones.
yeah. Read chat. That's High Pickles is right.
Somebody says just change streamer, go full unstructured, play chicks where the hell, but for him just to randomly stop and react to YouTube videos. But
Yeah.
his games to be white noise. That essentially is it. It's just it's really hard because like even though I'm in an interesting spot, it's just like I need some sort of feel to actually go. Because I mean, the thing that's actually annoying me is that I'm not like the reason why I'm even pressed on being like get numbers and viewers is I need something to kind of just have it not be dead to actually have it move. Because even if it's only like a few people, even if it's just like Ty, Dob, and like Feckless, they at least give me enough fuel and material to just go. Because like I can't do the whole just change stream if I just have something to turn to a tangent. And what's funny is when I again like this whole thing is me just doing getting on derailment whatever. But the funny part is if anyone else who's like like lurking, just chatting, just to like troll, they come in and I'm just like if I have like an entire like topic tangent thing I'm going on and someone tries to like angle it, I'm very easy on being like, hey you, shut up, I'm talking about this and this is real important stuff. It turns out kind of a funny interaction because I'm just like if I like because people always go for like small people trying to be just chatting and they get so like sensitive about how they're like trying to like talk to everyone and try to actually bring in new people. But then if at any point they like bad interaction or oh no, this guy's a troll, they then turn an entire conversation of being like, listen, I'm trying to do this and stuff like that. But to actually find someone who's like already kind of invested on something is just a weird interaction because I'm just like, do you have anything that can to be constructed on this topic? No, then shut up.
I think you already have a winning formula, but like me, your success is predicated on the rest of the people around us making smarter
Yeah.
decisions. Because the more that everybody around us grows properly, the more potential we have. Our growth is predicated on other people growing, and so I feel like that actually puts us in a good position because then we're rooting for others, right?
Yeah.
And you, Oberlinks and Hylian and everybody else who's streaming, having people like us, streamers like us, that are rooting for your success and making good choices. That means you we can either do that from a distance, or like me, I can come in here and get in your face and try to admonish you to make good decisions so that we're all successful together, right? And maybe you can be motivated to grow your stream for me. Maybe you're not willing to not play Elden Ring or Horizon for you, but maybe you're willing to go play Bayonetta or Control or 100 to 200 viewer range, even 50 to a 200 viewer range games so that Kumatori and the Sunny Machine have success on Twitch. How about that? Don't do it for you, do it for me. I need you to be successful, Over.
I'll get there one day.
You realize there's always going to be a Horizon Forbidden West or Elden Ring game that is going to be a choice for you to try to not make. There's always going to be some game that you shouldn't stream that you're going to want to stream. This is not like a problem that just goes away. You have to decide. It's like losing weight. You have to decide, okay, I'm doing it. Right? It's not going to happen unless you make the decision. You can't just like, oh, I'll do it later. You're just pushing off. If you can't do it right now, you're not going to do it later either. Another game is going to come out and you're going to just choose to stream it at the wrong time. And just going to keep having this problem over and over. How long have we been doing this, Overlinks?
Well, yeah, no, I normally don't stream a lot of too many brand new games, to be honest.
Why do you think your growth has been an issue then? There's got to be a reason you're not growing. And also Pickles, what did you figure out?
I think it's because I cut down my hours. Like I've been having a lot of stuff with Steph. She's getting a new job, and I've had to change my schedule around a couple times. Like originally I was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but looks like Thursday I'm gonna maybe get rid of Thursdays, and I'm gonna pick up weekends because she's working on the weekends now. So part of it's that I'm trying to jumble around with Steph getting a new job and stuff, and I don't know.
You're not growing because that's it. It's just schedule.
I think it's mostly schedule.
But that's a new issue. What
Yeah,
about
this
what
is
about
new.
6
Like
months
I said,
ago?
this just developed like.
Why weren't you growing 6 months ago?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Steph had a different job, and I've been trying to make it. I'm trying to do my work-family balance and everything. I don't know. It could be I'm just poo.
Are you a poopy streamer?
I probably am, actually. I have to embrace that.
I don't think that's the problem.
I blame Pickles.
I don't know. Overlinks, you're all over the place. I think that's your real problem.
Well, that could be it, too.
You're doing your stream is so fragile that the wrong move. Honestly, this goes to what you just said. Your stream is so fragile that when your schedule gets bumped around just a little bit, it hurts. Your stream is so fragile that if you choose to stream the wrong game for a couple of weeks, it hurts. And that's everybody. You have the same problem everybody has. You really have to limit yourself and be like, I'm going to go meet new people playing games like I'm a brand new streamer. You're still phase 1 streamer, even though you've had like crazy numbers and success and Let It Die. But it doesn't translate to other games.
Yep.
And I don't think it ever will. I think Let It Die is that's just the way it's going to be, you know? You still need to raise like that base community of your stream. You're like When you go stream another game, you have like a 10 viewer Andy, right?
Yep.
That sucks. And that
Eh.
means you have at least 10 more people that you need to like meet and integrate into what you're doing. How often do you like hang out with people, and like how social do you feel like your stream is off stream?
I think that's another thing is I haven't been doing that a lot. I used to do that a lot more, but honestly, I've been, like I said, I've just been really wiped out lately. After work on the days that I don't, I usually try to go in a couple of Discords and do some voice chatting and talk some shit and stuff, and a few of them.
What about your own
Uh,
Discord?
But you know,
Do you hang out in your
but,
own Discord with people from your community?
uh,
No, that's a no. That's a
that's a no.
That's a no sound.
That's a no.
Honey.
That's a
That's a
no.
no sound.
Yeah. Okay. This is actually probably the thing that you need to do then. This is what you're missing. You're missing that connection space for people to feel social with you outside of the stream. So you need to do, this is why movie nights in Discord, that's a freebie. It's why we have the IQ Watch With Us Discord that nobody uses except me and Tacos. The first like 50 real viewers of your stream need to be like friends. Like they need to become friends. You need to go make like 50 friends for real. Right? And that means these are people that rotate in and out of hanging out with you in your Discord. They know, like, you need to spend a lot more time hanging out in your Discord, streaming stuff in your Discord, streaming stuff in your with people. Doesn't even have to be your Discord, but like you didn't need, it needs to be organized through your Discord, right? You need to have like an engagement with people. You need to be social. You're not being social outside of the stream.
Social at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be social. You need to this is what you need to do. When I win the competition and we do the Korean watch, just drag people from your community over to the event. Invite everybody to come watch the Korean drama with us. Seriously. Like you don't even have to be that social. You just gotta like hang out. 90% of your viewership is an amalgam of like 2 to 3 other communities. That's kind of how it is for a lot of people, I think, though, right? Especially in IQ. Except maybe Oberlinks. Oberlinks viewers are not really watching other IQ streamers, are they? I don't know.
mean,
I don't know your
TK
viewers.
Yeah, a few of them. I think TK, but he kind of stays with Wooter and Dad, and
So like the extended IQ community.
yeah, the extended. Honestly, like I don't know if I have any IQ viewers besides like maybe Kuma.
Ye-
You made friends amongst the communities you're a part of, and they tend to come hang out. Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? You hang out, you're very active in other communities, and then those people come support you. Yeah, of course. That's how I have viewers at all right now. Seriously, like anybody who speaks up in my chat is directly related to IQ or the extended IQ community. Period. So. I very, very rarely have somebody new speak in my chat because I'm in the music category and it takes 20 minutes to scroll to me. These people have to be really bored if they're getting.
They got to be really bored. Those are the kind of viewers you want, the really bored ones.
Yeah, seriously, they have to be pretty bored. I have more. I don't know if that's true, actually. Well, either way, the IQ community, you do need to be more social, Ober. I think that's your problem. I think you're too antisocial off stream. Like you got to think, You make a new friend. You got to make time to hang out with that new friend. You got to go get lunch with them. So what is the streamer equivalent of hanging out with new friends? You know, getting lunch. What is it? Hanging out in Discord. Message people. Play games with people. Mukbang.
Mukbang? Do some mukbang? Yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, Pickles.
Yeah, do that. Then you won't win the competition. I don't know. Ober, you can do whatever you want, but you also need friends like me to kick you in the butt and say, maybe you shouldn't do whatever you want. Otherwise, how do we change and improve? That's what friends are for. Friends are there to be like, are you sure you want to do this?
You sure you want to do this? Is this the right thing? Is this what you got going on?
Are you sure you want to do this? What do you want a year from by the end of the year?
What do I want by
Yeah.
the end of the year?
Yeah, like fantasize about what your stream could be December 31st. You know, New Year's Eve. You're streaming. How many viewers do you have?
More than 20.
I mean, that's reasonable. That is a reachable
try to-
goal.
Set my goals and expectations correctly.
So now, how's Horizon Forbidden West get you there?
I don't know.
It doesn't. You know it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't do shit.
It doesn't do shit.
It doesn't.
That's what you need to do. You need
I'm
to
not hearing an argument from me on that.
No. You need to focus in your energy on the goal and let that the ideal. This is how your conscience works, right? This is Jiminy Cricket. The Jiminy Cricket of your stream doesn't have a voice right now. You don't have a good relationship with your stream conscience. This is probably the best way to describe this for people. You need to let your conscience be your guide, but your conscience, you need to know what your conscience wants. You need to sit down and ask yourself these questions. And the best way to do that is to set an ideal and make sure that you want that ideal, right? So sometimes you may feel guilty. Your conscience can be trying to impress ideals on you that you don't actually want for yourself. You may, like, somebody might think, I want to be, like, famous. Maybe you don't actually want to be famous. You know, if you really think about it. You want to be able to go to the grocery store, and you want to be able to go, like, not be bothered when you go out. And so maybe you don't want to be famous. Maybe maybe you don't actually want to be famous. So you have to kind of think about these things and try to figure out, maybe your conscience is trying to pressure you into things you actually don't want. So you need to kind of have a dialogue with it. And the best way to do that is to figure out, your conscience is basically impressing ideals. An ideal is where the guilt comes in, right? I'm not this, I'm not that. Ideally, I'd be this. Ideally, I'd be that. So what is a realistic ideal? And then that's where your motivation and your choices can come from. And if your ideal is, hey, by the end of the year, I've got more than 20 viewers. I'm streaming. Now you have an ideal that helps you make decisions to work towards that ideal. I have an ideal. This works really well for, like, very obvious things. Like, I have an ideal physical appearance, right? Abs, bigger muscles. So now I have to let that ideal make an impression on me and focus my goals in. I have an ideal woman that I want to be with. So who do I have to be in order to get woman that I want to be with? Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So your stream, the decisions become so much easier. It's so much easier for me not to eat crap when I know when I have the ideal in mind and it's achievable, right? So you need to not stream crap if you want 25 viewers by the end of the year. Stream Bayonetta.
Dream Bayonetta.
Get it over with too, by the way, because 25 viewers in Bayonetta is not going to net you more followers and new viewers than 10 is. There is no point in waiting. I told Jared early to stream Bayonetta, and he didn't do it. And now it would be, he'd probably drop viewership going into Bayonetta, right?
Wow.
There is a certain point where streaming some games is actually going to hurt your overall numbers if you wait too
Yeah, that's
long.
kind of what's nice about being a low viewer Andy. I you know, whatever I stream doesn't hurt me. You can only do so much
Or
damage.
everything you stream hurts you.
Or everything I stream hurts me.
Yeah. What I mean is, don't wait to do Bayonetta. Do Bayonetta while it's... You're not going to maximize more out of streaming certain games later. That's only true for the oversaturated games. For the dead games, there's no point in waiting. Get them out of the way. Do them now. You know,
No.
see, the thing is, you can... But you could go back to Bayonetta multiple times and probably get, again, new viewers out of it, but it's still going to be like net 2 viewers each time you do it. So you might meet 2 new people every time you do it. But if you go in there with 100 people, you're still only going to meet 2 new people. Right? So it's better to go in and get 2 new viewers because now you have 12. And then maybe... next year you do Bayonetta again, and now you have 14. But that's because you played Horizon Forbidden West in between Bayonetta. I don't know. I think focus on that 25 viewership goal that you have in your mind and make decisions that way. And then that'll help you filter whether or not you should stream a game. The easiest way to do this, though, is to just pick games with 50 to 200 viewers that don't have a lot of competition for streamer, right? Or if you want to go, if you want to stream Elden Ring, go do it in the control category. No, I can't tell you that. That's actually against TOS.
Yeah, that's against TOS.
Right.
I know better than that.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, Elden Ring wasn't on my radar. I mean, I bought it, you know, because,
Right.
you know, like I said, Wooter and I'm Your Freaking Dad and stuff, we all share a core viewership, and they're all on it. And I'm like, oh, I limit myself to a couple of terrible choices a year on my stream.
Don't.
And
Stop. You're just making me upset now.
I'm actually looking at this Demon Slayer game I got.
Okay.
GameStop gave it to me.
I watched, you know, it hurts. There's partnered streamers, world record Souls speedrunners that were streaming Elden Ring yesterday for 15 viewers.
Why? I mean, you would think that would convert over pretty quick.
Even 40 viewers is too low for that. You're a
Oh,
world record
absolutely.
speedrunner for Souls games.
Why was the viewership so low? That doesn't make sense because those people would like to watch that. Like,
Because the
I mean,
because the
Zeus
people who
is
watch that
killing it
kind of
over
stuff,
here.
because the people who want to watch this stuff are trying to avoid spoilers.
They're playing it right now.
Yeah,
That's what they're doing.
yeah.
I was gonna say one of my partnered streamers, Zeus. He got it early. Bandai gave it to him early, and he's been rocking. He had 15,000. He's never hit that before. He's on a 1 to 2,000.
That's still low for the category.
Oh yeah, I mean he was in the top 5 when he had 15. But yeah, I mean he's just he's a speedrunner.
In order to be on the top row of Elden Ring right now,
Oh yeah,
you
you got to
need
be
10,000 viewers.
Yeah, you need at least
10,000.
Yeah, he was at 15. I mean, he's not there anymore. He's at 2K now.
You want to talk about him, but TOS.
Huh? No, I mean that's not his full name. But
No. I know what you're talking about. We all know who I'm talking. You know who I'm talking about, Pickles.
I don't know who you guys are talking about, but that's
Well.
fine. Like I said, the one Soul streamer speedrunner that I watched at work, I mean, he was killing it. But like I said, Bandai sent him a bunch of shit, and he got it early, so. But he's been rocking it. But yeah, I don't expect any of that kind. Yeah, it looks like I'm looking at this. You got 55K is the number one, then it goes down to 20. But yeah, if you want to get in that top row, you've got to at least have 12 or 11,000 viewers. I mean, Barb is down to like sixth row.
4.9.
I mean, it must be more important to these people to play a game than it is to meet new people. And streaming is a social experience. So if you're going to prioritize you playing a video game, why are you streaming it? Just don't stream it. It just makes no sense to me.
Because people have this weird, I don't know, shame feeling of not streaming or something.
Fear of missing out.
Something like that. I guess.
Homo, babe. I mean, like I said, I don't know.
You don't need to stream it. Just don't stream it.
I think it's like when a new big hyped game comes out and it's the game release like day one, week one. It's that like inherent like gold rush kind of mentality where it's like, I'm gonna just run over there and do it. Like I don't care if I'm not even gonna actually strike gold. I'm just gonna run for it.
Jared is streaming Shadow Warrior.
Well, that's
Elden Ring comes out, and Jared is streaming Shadow Warrior. Fantastic game, by the way.
Guy's gonna stream it.
I don't even know what Shadow Warrior is.
Incredible game. One of my all-time favorite games ever. Shadow Warrior. The remake series, not the original. The original's good too. It's basically an old.
I think he's trying to do like 1 and 2 because 3's coming out soon or something.
Yeah, Asian Duke Nukem. Yeah, he's trying to get them done before the new one comes out, and he's never played it. And Shadow Warrior is absolutely fantastic. It's so much fun. So much fun. Shadow Warrior. Big time. So good. So good.
I haven't played that.
Go stream it. How many viewers are in the Shadow Warrior category?
Oh, it's like Jared and 2 other streamers that got 2 viewers.
That would mean right now is the time to stream it, right? Because Jared's carrying the category. But he's got another 4 hours before he's done the game.
Well,
unless he's bad.
I think he's gonna stream all day. So
unless he's bad. Jared, this game's not that hard, but he might get lost. Knowing Jared, he might actually get lost. But
again, that's the one thing I just find is just like hilarious about Jared's gameplay is he picks up and has the ability to do so much like video game like in game wise. But then he basically
mechanically
overthinks and gets stumped
it's
by
because he played so much
random thing that he overthinks about when it's like, just hit him.
That's because
there's no big tech. You just hit the thing in front of you.
Jared played mostly Quake.
Yeah.
And like Half-Life. I don't even know if he finished the original Half-Life, right? So,
like, I'm not holding this as a grudge or anything, but like the thing that's just forever baffling to me is how, because of how he did a Zelda Majora's Mask and has not really played much of the 3D like newer Zelda games since like I think he said Ocarina of Time like years ago.
Yeah.
For some reason he like kind of made this big thing about how the dungeon design's kind of whatever and not really like designed well. And I'm like, dude, you're trying to compare your brain's so wired to FPS Quake maps.
Yeah.
That you don't understand that this is made as a puzzle dungeon.
No,
like, it is not. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, how you're running through like 5 rooms going, but where'd I go now? It's like, you have to figure out, have you finished the room you're in? Yes or no? Now move on. Now next room. Like, it's a slower puzzle game. It's not I'm going to run through each room and then find an answer and then run over somewhere else and find another answer and then put A, B, and C together to then make another room appear. Like,
okay, Jared was not a console gamer growing up, and he played the closest thing he played to like Zelda was like, what's Morrowind or something like, which is nothing like Zelda.
Yeah.
Okay. Jared lived with me for a bunch of years, and he had access to all of my consoles because I always had consoles, GameCubes and Dreamcast and all that stuff. He never played any of that stuff. He would just get on his computer and he'd play whatever FPS games mostly. So there, and maybe World of Warcraft would be like the closest thing. Like, even that's not like a puzzle game at all. So yeah. But my point is, let's go back to the streaming discussion. Jared's playing Shadow Warrior. He's had 3 follows since he started playing Shadow Warrior. He might get 3 more, maybe, finishing the game, and he might get 3 more. Now that might not seem like a lot, but to Jared, it's still a lot. It's still good. It's still good to meet new people. 3 new
You're still
people.
in the green.
He's 5 hours, three followers in 5 hours. Most streamers, that's great. They would love that. I know people who get 3 followers a week, and they feel like that's good.
Stop attacking me, Sonny.
Okay.
All right. Well, I've got to go though. I have to
Yeah,
go.
you go ahead.
No, you can stop abusing me. Start picking on Kuma. That's
Yeah.
more important.
I want everybody
right.
to be successful. Go be successful.
I'll attempt it. Also, I'll give you a weigh-in. I guess I'll do the weigh-in tomorrow morning. Then.
It's fine.
He's like, I missed it.
I did. I'll be up like 2 pounds now because of the water and the food. Yeah.
All right. I'll see you later. Kuma, nice hanging out. You guys are amazing.
See you, dude. Good luck.
Bye.
All right. So, I mean, I guess there's even room when you have 100 viewers to go stream dead games, because you could theoretically still meet 2 to 3 new people, and then you take those people with you.
One is, like, since you're saying about, getting, even if you have a substantial view count, to still get 1, 2 new follows, I think, like, the main kind of mindset is to, when streaming, and if you have any concern about moving forward and such, to, stay in the green and not be, don't stagnate, in the sense of, like, at least 1 view, like, of course, you get 1 new view, not 1 new follower per stream is, like, still, like, good, and especially when you're a smaller streamer, that's, like, a really substantial thing. But just, like, that's, I think, more of a better mindset, is to just not, literally have none, and also, losing followers.
Yeah.
Issue.
Oh.
So as long as you, like, because, I mean, those are going to eventually happen kind of, just beyond your control, in a way, of how some people just arbitrarily follow and unfollow or whatever. But, like, the whole thing of, if you, at least in whatever thing you're streaming, like, the whole thing of streaming a, dead game, if you keep at least getting a, new follow person, it's kind of like, again, like, you're still in the green.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, yeah, sure, like, but technically you actually lost, like, 3, followers at some point that week. And it's like, yeah, but if I keep doing different whatever, and every stream I get at least 1, 2 people,
Yeah.
then it's like, it's going to eventually kind of equal, like, it's more so equal itself out.
Mm-hmm.
And in time, you'll just have that day where, maybe because of a raid or whatever, that's when you actually get, you break that, like, awkward, what do you call it, like, equilibrium of, like, gain 1, lose 1, gain 2, lose 2. Then you have that moment where somebody finds you because you just happen to play somebody's favorite childhood, nostalgic game, and they go, "Oh my God, there's actually someone playing this." Someone being like, "Yo, Shadow Warrior, that game, and then they, raid whoever, and they're like, "Hey," and that's how you break that, so it's not completely just a moot point.
Yep. And Jared used to have, in order to get 100 viewers, he had to stream Darkest Dungeon. Everything else was sub 100, probably closer to 60.
Yeah.
He's playing a dead game, Shadow Warrior, with 110 viewers. I mean, that's crazy. How did he do that? How is that possible? Why is that possible? Well, he made really good choices along the way. For years. You know, I don't know. I don't know how else to impress this on people, but in general, the biggest reason people don't grow is they're just in their own way. They're just continuing to make whatever choices. Like if we go to the IQ website and we look at how many people on the IQ team are actually streaming Elden Ring right now? How many do you think? Elden Ring, Elden Ring, Elden Ring, Elden Ring. 1, 2, 3, 4 people. 4 people are streaming Elden Ring right now. 4. We have on the team. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 people live, but Show Squirrel doesn't count because that never changes category. Not that they don't count as a streamer. They should. Everyone should support Show Squirrel, but we almost 50%. Almost 50% of the people are playing Elden Ring. And they're not going to get followers. They're not going to get new follows out of playing Elden Ring. And two of these people, if they were making better choices, could be partnered by the end of the year. Think about that. Isn't that crazy? That's the sacrifice people are willing to make, and they don't realize it. Now, to be fair, one of them doesn't really care about partnership. And I don't know that everybody should just care about partnership either.
Yeah.
Like, affiliate is enough. But the point is, if you unlock a partner application, if you could apply to be partner, that's a big marker that you're doing things right, that you're being successful. So it is still something to aim for. It is still an ideal. The reason an ideal is important is it's a judge. Right? That's why ideals are important. Ideals are a judge. When you have an ideal, you can look at yourself and say, is this right or is this wrong? It judges you. I'm not meeting an ideal, right? So
Yeah.
I should open some of these streams. Elden Ring. The Elden Ring dilemma. The Elden Ring problem.
Yeah.
So we should label this.
Side note of just me just having very random pet peeves on stuff. What is the point of some of these, anyone who's less than like 100, viewers streaming Elden Ring, what in the hell is the point of having in your title Elden Ring? It's no shit. It's
Putting the
Elden
game
Ring.
title in the title only
Yes.
makes sense if you for some reason have some kind of automation set up where your title goes to Twitter and you can't like set the game category to be a part of like the automation so that it goes out in the tweet, but then you should change it as soon as the tweet goes out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
but I mean, I'm sure most of these people are not doing that kind of stuff. These are
No.
people that just have no real idea or creativity or any direction, so they just say Elden Ring, then whatever version they have, like PC, whatever, then they go blah blah. Lord
As if
for
that's some
blah,
kind
blah,
of selling
24-hour
point.
stream. Like,
Yeah. Why? That's a good. This is actually a good framework for asking questions. Why did you choose to put Elden Ring in your title? Well, I want people to know what game I'm playing. Well, why do you want people to know what game you're playing? Well, so that they can know that I'm playing Elden Ring and they'll click on me to watch me playing Elden Ring. Oh, so you do want people to watch you stream. Why don't you have talk shows and
Yeah.
podcasts in your titles?
yeah.
uh,
Because I think the logic, like, I know there's a couple people that I know if I actually try to harass them about that, of like, why you putting the freaking game name of whatever they've been playing, every other stream is the game, they would probably be like, well, I mean, because, like, a lot, I start my stream with, like, I'm in the just chatting category. And it's like, yeah, but you can change it. Like, when you're doing your, like, 1 hour, whatever, first half of the stream and just chatting,
yeah,
you
update
can
your
say,
title. Yeah.
hey, here it goes. We're hanging out, but once it's downloaded, we're doing Elden Ring.
You
or
don't need
whatever
to
game.
start in just
But when you
chatting.
actually are in the game,
It's
you
totally
can just
fine
change
to
the title.
like you're not allowed to stream the wrong game in the wrong category, but you're 100% allowed to stream just chatting content in a game before you start.
Yeah.
There's no rule that says you can't start in the Metroid Prime trilogy, if there is one, category, and talk about life and stuff before you play for like an hour even.
Yeah.
You don't have to be in the just chatting category. That actually might be doing you a disservice, because if you go stream these dead games and you have a big camera and you stand out and talking about stuff, you're going to give yourself a better chance at meeting people in the smaller category and getting some attention because your thumbnail is different. It might be a good idea to put like the game somewhere, like on a screen or on as a graphic, like, or game capture in a corner, and have like the intro of the game running. Like incorporate it a little bit so that people don't think you've ending your stream, or don't, like, they understand. I think most viewers at this point understand. Most people show up after the first. It depends. I think this depends on the time of day and your community a lot, but yeah, it takes an hour to get people to show up, and sometimes it's more. Sometimes it takes 3 hours. Like this stream, in the next half hour, we'll probably have more viewers. Look, people tend to show up to this stream like 3 hours into it, and that's true of my music streams too. Maybe it's the time of day, because I start my music streams around the same time as this. By the time I'm ending my stream, people are like there and talking to me, and I'm like, well, you missed the first like 2 hours.
Yeah. It's so frustrating that the weird spot I'm in is that I typically, if I can, start my stream 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Pacific time, and where it actually I get the most amount of viewers in and such, raid or otherwise, is like around midnight. But I think it's because it's that weird later night spot I'm in. Is that a lot of people
Europe.
I'm that gap of time because I'm not able to be on early enough for a lot of people that are American viewers.
Mm-hmm.
They're not super late, but I'm also can't go late enough now that I can actually catch any like European viewers or whatever being on at like 2 a.m. So it's like it's a weird gap in time, which the only thing that works out for it is the fact of anyone I know who is, probably in the US who goes late, for one time because they're, crazy Saturday night, whatever. They're like, who to raid? And then they see me and they're like, oh, hey.
Right.
Good old reliable Kuma's there because I don't end my stream at like 2 a.m. I'm on the East Coast or whatever.
Yeah. I have... Time slot is a thing. It's very difficult because a lot of us can't change. Like, I can't change. I can't change when I stream. I have to stream noon to 4 p.m. That's my window for streaming during the week. Hi, Cody. You said something earlier. I tried to talk to you, but I think you were already gone. It was about vegetables. Hello. Curry.
Sex core.
I used to be a night owl. Until I got sick. Then I had this like horrible thing happen to me, and now I can't stay up. I am not functional at night. Like 10 o'clock at night, my body's getting ready to go to sleep soon. I go to bed at 11 o'clock every night for health reasons. So like 11 o'clock rolls down and I'm like saying goodnight to people and shutting everything down and making my bed. I have to make my bed to go to bed and unmake my bed to start my day. I'm very much a weird opposite person from the rest of the world, but because I sleep on the couch thing back there, but I put like a mattress on it with sheets and stuff. So I can't stay up late. I'm not a night owl anymore. Now I'm like 40 and my body doesn't work the way it used to, and I don't have the energy I used to. That's right. You can get in voice chat. You both can. Pickles and Cordy. By the way, I have things to say to CKX Core about his stream that are nice.
By the way, do you know why I call him sex core?
No.
Because TTS, when somebody gift subbed him, it read CKX as
It's sex?
sex core, so I heard it as sex
Sexy.
core.
True. Hi, Pickles.
Hello.
How's the move?
It's going good.
You're all move?
Yeah, all of our stuff is up at the new place. It's just not fully set up yet. Still unpacking.
That's good. Did you figure out how many guitars you actually own?
Are we counting bass guitars?
Yeah, all stringed instruments. Ukulele counts too.
8?
Nice. It's a good number. How many do I own? 1, 2, 3, 5. If I count my dad's guitars, I own some more, but they're more his than mine, I guess. We share stuff. He uses my amps. You're on mobile. Pfft. Get out of here with that crap. That's not a device. You know what? Go play some Raid Shadow Legends, and we'll talk to you later.
That's a real game.
You know what, though? I will say your phone is a better computer than my mom's computer. So, you have that going for you. She's still doing taxes on like a 13-year-old computer. So, oh boy. Man. Okay, so what were we talking about? Elden Ring, or we move on? Do we move on from Elden Ring?
I'm playing Elden Ring as we speak.
Oh man, you're so. Are you streaming it?
No.
Why
He
not?
wasn't
Why
he wasn't in
not?
Discord doing it.
Because, well, there's a lot of reasons.
Tell
One
us
of those
why.
reasons being, well, like you were talking about earlier, like you need 15,000 people or whatever in the
Yeah,
category.
10,000 to be on the top 2 rows.
But, like, I don't know. I streamed Demon Souls blind, and I think it hurt my overall enjoyment of it
Really?
because I was, busy conducting a stream rather than just, like, enjoying the game at my own
Oh,
pace.
that's a good point. Maybe we should talk about this on the podcast at some point, but maybe blind playthroughs of certain types of games is a bad idea. If you want to enjoy the thing you're trying to play. Cuz the stream can suffer. You can be a bad streamer trying to, I don't know, maybe that's just not everybody.
It feels way more subjective of a problem.
For me, like I kind of have this outlook about how the reason why, like, again, I'm not saying entirely that if you ever care for a game or do blind playthrough stuff, that means like expect the stream side to like ruin your experience or whatever. But like when you do that, when you stream it, there's still that like small percentage that you are sacrificing for the sake of streaming it, which that's what I get about when people are like so pushy about the ultra organic, don't tell me anything, everyone will be banned from my chat if you say anything stuff. I'm like, again, I'm not saying to enable and be like, you gotta just not care. It just, you have to have that little leeway to be like accepting it that you're doing this as a stream. And that's what people get so caught up on, that I'm just like, I don't get why you do that. Like, people who understand that are ones who usually do better, which I really wish I could have a better example that was not just, again, saying Jared.
Jared, yeah.
Because the only person I can think of
Well,
that
people
does
know
that,
him
but-
in our community, so
Yeah.
it does help to point in that direction.
Because so many people, when they do like their blind playthrough, they're so just stuck on the whole, don't tell me anything, blind playthrough. I want to experience it myself. And it's like, yeah, but where's the stream
Also,
side of it? Though?
Blind playthroughs are a waste when you don't have 100 viewers. Right?
I think it depends on the game. Like if I did
Yeah.
blind Bayonetta
Okay.
right now.
Okay, true. That's true. That is true. Okay, blind
playthroughs for
playthroughs.
like relevant, more like bigger titles, I guess.
Blind playthroughs of games that really benefit from your blind first playthrough. Bayonetta
Yeah.
doesn't really. I mean, it's cool. It doesn't benefit as much as Dark Souls does as a first playthrough, right?
Or
So
like a horror game.
like you don't need to, yeah, a horror game. You don't need to entertain the stream as much. You don't need to be like a good streamer when you have 100 viewers. Like it helps. It's a good idea to be engaging and stuff, but you're kind of allowed to envelop yourself in the game more and like do the reactionary first playthrough with more viewers. Like
Hmm.
you get to kind of like focus more on the game because your viewer base is establishing that you're a good streamer without you having to like prove it all the time, right?
Right. Well, I definitely wasted a lot of blind playthroughs early on because I was doing things like Resident Evil 7 VR for the first time, and I was at like 5 viewers. So now I can't play Resident Evil 7 VR for the first time and have anybody like. Well, it wouldn't be like fun to watch because I've already experienced it.
Mm-hmm. It like you like squandered that moment
Yeah.
for, and it's not that's what I'm thinking. Like blind playthroughs are usually not a growth decision, right? Especially games that are very highly valued at like your first time playthrough. Like the value of playing a game that's like, especially horror games, that's a big one. That's a really big one. Games that people really want to watch you like immerse yourself in, and they don't want you to sit there and talk about how you know the old lady at the grocery store took your quarter. I have a story. Um, they don't want. That's not the stream they're looking for. When you turn on Alien Isolation, they're looking for that Alien Isolation stream. Like they want to see you like full on react.
Yeah.
And so doing that to 10 viewers, it's like, what's kind of the point? Wait till you have 100 viewers to really enjoy that, right?
Well, I always talk about on the podcast, like, to know like more about the game and the people who watch it and stuff like that, like to educate yourself about the category you want to go into.
Mm-hmm.
And partially that is because of, you know, my early experimentation with streaming with things like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, losing out on like, oh, I played Control too early, I played Resident Evil 7 too early,
Mm-hmm.
all of that too early, and it would have been a more fun experience because of the games that they are, to have more people to have shared that with
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the first time.
Elden Ring's probably like that too, if you're going to do it in that way. But it's probably better to do Elden Ring off stream. Unless you're Asmongold. Right? I don't know. It's almost like the MMO dilemma, right? Like people want to stream MMOs. It's like the same problem. They're like, I love this MMO. This is my favorite game. I want to stream MMOs. It's like, well, then you're not going to grow your stream. Is that okay with you? Is that what you want?
I think there's definitely a space where you can have like one day a week where you don't do something for growth. And
Depends.
I mean, it's hard to grow on an MMO stream unless you're only playing that MMO, but if you want to do it because it's fun, just make a day out of it and you can play the MMO with people in the community once a week.
I hear what you're saying, but I feel like when you say that, you give people way too much room, and then that wiggle room, they take it way too far. It's almost better to tell people not to do it, because as soon as you give them permission, they're like, oh, like you give people permission to have like a non-growth day and do whatever they want, and then they don't grow.
Well, then they never grow. Because the non-growth days are really fun for the people who always show up. and they're like, they see how fun that day was, and like, oh, I gotta do that every day,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't,
Mm-mm.
because then
Some
it's
people,
not special anymore.
yeah, some people don't have really the discipline to actually hold off on certain days a week or scheduling it where you actually do X streams for a while and then you have your like mess around day. Like how some people that are much more structured and no surprise they've eventually got partnered because of this is that they have their entire like slated game playthroughs where they're like, I'm doing X game until this, and then once I beat it, I don't know which game go to next, but maybe that'll be the flexible time where the next 2 days I might hold off on X series playthrough to then just mess around playing whatever, and then I'll come back to like they have everything like, scheduled out. But then people that don't do this are just thinking like you know they want to just very randomly be like, I don't know what I want to do today on stream.
Mm.
Do you guys want to hang out and play League?
Yeah. No,
Like,
no, there's a difference between non-growth day. I don't care about growth. If you're trading that growth for something else that's valuable to your stream, like League of Legends is, oh, it's community day, so we're gonna play League of Legends. And I've seen streamers do this, and it's like,
mhm.
no, that's not a community game. That's you and three or four other friends. So it's not a community
That's
thing.
just you and your two friends.
Yeah, that's
That you've known
how
for
is
like
that a
8 years.
community thing? You're playing League of Legends. It's not like, okay, unless you have 10 viewers and all 10 are in the game.
Yeah.
That's the only way that becomes a community game, and it's not gonna work long term. Because then, if you have 50 viewers and you've got 10 people in the match, where's the other people? How come they can't play with you? Oh no, they gotta wait
Yeah.
their turn, and you know how long a League of Legends match takes? It's like you're gonna get 2 in for the entire stream, right? Like, especially if everybody's kind of the same skill level, those games can last over an hour easily. So yeah, your League of Legends, like, sure, trade a growth day for community bonding, like a real community bonding stream. But that doesn't mean I don't care about viewers, so I'm gonna go stream Elden Ring.
I think what actually kills it more so is that if someone who is, let's say that their usual stream stuff as of late has been, you know, getting through like their game backlog, and then they eventually have whatever off day or something that they're like wanting to just kind of do something else. I think the issue is the fact that they don't use that no growth whatever I'm gonna play kind of a comfort game kind of thing to actually treat it more kind of that just chatting style. Instead they're just playing the game and kind of just being sort of dead. And it's
Yeah.
like
Or just do it in Discord.
yeah,
Why do you have to stream it to Twitch? Just stream it to
like
Discord.
you can just freaking spam the hell of your own Discord saying, hey, I'm not really going to do a stream today, but if you have any interest in hanging out with me,
Yeah.
be it chilling or actually watching me
Oh,
or
sorry.
join me playing League or whatever multiplayer game or
Yeah.
Monster Hunter grinding, jump in the Discord.
Yeah. I keep going back to this, like, squandering the first playthrough thing, thinking that that's what's going to grow your stream. It's like such a bad idea overall. Because like the horror game it gives you the perfect picture of it. It's like I'm streaming Layers of Fear to like 3 people. Like,
Mhm.
like
Well, like
what?
another thing about doing it, like when I did it too early, I was also not like I was still very new at streaming, so like I didn't
Yeah.
know as much as I do now to be able to like engage with people or anything like that. So they were also like the people who did show up are gone. Like
Yeah.
I never see them again.
Yeah, yeah. They're the unfollowed. Even if they
Yeah.
didn't click unfollow, they just still not. They're not really there. You'll never see them again. Or maybe
I
like a
think
year from now, one of them will pop in and be like, "Hey, what's up? Didn't I see you playing this game once or something?"
kind of side thing I just thought of is I think what's a bit more of a this is much more applies to starting on streaming, I think what's a better way to kind of get into and also like maybe ease into figuring if you want to do like blind playthrough types, whatever first game stuff, is play a handful of like stream a few games that like you have played before, but it's been a while and you don't remember it well enough. So it's like a half shot of like
Yeah.
you don't like because again like if you play a game that you haven't played like from 8 years
Long
ago
time
or
ago.
something, you're just like, hey, I remember this, but wait, where did I go here? Oh wait a minute, is that's in this game?
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
have that kind of thing. And it's much more of a nice thing because it's that middle ground of newish experience, but also it's familiar, and also you can have that moment where someone will come and be like, you know, I remember playing the hell of this game back when, and I'm like, yeah, that's when I played it. I don't remember it from 10 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I did with Dead Space 1, because I had played it before, but I hadn't played it in like 8 years.
So it might as well be
And
blind.
then, so it might as well have been blind, but in order to like keep it fresh and interesting, I also turned it into a challenge run at the same time.
That also is a good option.
One of the
And
things
yeah,
too is like it's not just new streamers, right? I think a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that I've actually had people be defensive with me and get like offended because I said, you know, you're just getting started, and they were like, oh, no, I've had people be like, no, I've been streaming for 4 years. You know, I'm not new at this, and I'm like, yeah, but you have 2 viewers.
Like the new to it kind of thing is a weird deal because people just kind of think the kind of what's it called, like the sunken value fallacy, whatever.
sunken cost fallacy.
Yeah, sunken cost is that they put
They
X
put a
amount of
bunch of time in, so it counts
which
for
means-
something. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's like
It's not
sorry to say, but,
exercise. You're not making
like,
your
hey,
muscles bigger.
if you compare it to like a sport, it's like, yeah, you can very randomly do tennis and you've been doing it for years, but are you actually good?
Getting better?
Are
Yeah,
you
are you getting
actually
better?
gonna go to freaking Wimbledon? No.
Yeah,
Then why are you
exactly.
trying to say like, oh yeah, I'm a professional real streamer? It's like,
I
no, you're not.
I always have to try to help people. Like, okay, no, I'm not trying to be offensive here. I'm just saying you're still like in a baby streamer because you're like in this. There's no difference between you turning your stream on and somebody who's literally starting today. Maybe you have better sound, maybe you have better camera, maybe, but like you're in the same position. Like that person needs new viewers. What they need that's exactly what you need. You have the same problems. Maybe you have less like technical issues, and maybe you're all this, but like stuff is. It should be easier for you, but guess what? It's not, because you still like have to make the same choices. Don't stream Elden Ring, like. It's a problem. I think too many streamers. You're right. The sunken cost fallacy is like a big problem for streamers. They think I've been doing this for so long, so I'm obviously, I've made progress. And it's like, in what way? In what way have you made progress?
Yeah, it's like they've just because you have a load of past streams under your belt does not mean you really get much out of it. Because like, people really you can just do stream after stream and
Nobody shows up.
Yeah, nothing changes, nothing grows. You're just like, it's not that hard to just hit go live on OBS.
Mm-hmm. It's really not. It's actually too easy. So it's almost actually just too easy, right?
Kind of true. Yeah.
That's why people are like, I don't want to do YouTube, because it's so much harder. You have to just like kind of be ready to speak and not record like 3 hours of you just talking randomly, because then you're gonna have to edit too much. And like YouTube, being a good streamer takes a lot of thought. It takes a lot of effort, and it's just in a different spot. It's like, what am I going to stream? Who am I going to be while I'm live? Like, how do I engage with people? What's the atmosphere like? All this stuff is still really important. It's similar to like the effort you'd need to put in for a YouTube video, because you want to be concise. You don't want to make your YouTube video go on too long. But too many streamers just like set up OBS, hit go live, and then they expect it to just work. I don't know how to like get people over that hump that it doesn't just work because you're live. So, I don't know.
Just because a thing functions does not mean everything is go and it's means you're now a real streamer person.
Uh, it's so true.
Well, there's also this like confirmation bias. Like if somebody does just hit go and they have a good day,
Oh
then they're
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
The
I
one
did
good
it.
stream.
They were just firing on all cylinders just because they were in that right headspace, and then they happened to get two good friends to raid them, so they actually had like 8 or 9 people, and they have that one new viewer who's basically the super chatty guy who just
Yeah, it's
always
happening.
responds to you, and then you feel good because that one guy is like literally talking when you can look over and see, oh hey, this guy probably has like ADHD or something because he's just on every chat. Which I'm not, not knocking that, that one
Mm.
guy. But I'm saying like that doesn't mean
It's
like it was a
yeah.
good time, but like it doesn't mean you're now doing it. You
Doesn't
just
mean
had
you've
a good
made it,
day.
but you have an opportunity to use to try and make it in the future. But
You made
it
it.
didn't happen just then.
There is no like instant success with Twitch.
Yeah,
Never.
I think that's a lot of people's issue with Twitch in general.
There is no
People that
raid that makes
It
you
people
famous.
that
sounds
suddenly blow up and like snowball, they don't ever look into the fact that it was not an isolated one-time thing. It was something that
yeah,
really did start it, like to at least get things in motion. But the main thing that gets people to suddenly blow up is the following week and month that
Mm-hmm.
no one talks about. Is that after X big person says, "I found this random person." This random person that was, giving me shit. I looked at his stream and I was like, I yelled at him and he actually is hilarious. Like, the part that made him actually snowball and suddenly go from 20 viewers to 100 is the following month he just kept going. He kept
Mm-hmm.
pushing and he played the right thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it just clicked because people who did already find him from whatever side stayed around and he just worked, basically actually took the opportunity or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not that suddenly one big raid and oh look, my viewer count is now suddenly a 30 average. Like, doesn't happen.
Oh, one thing I was trying to ask you about this earlier, Pickles. Since you're here now, I guess I can talk to you about it. But and now it's gone from my brain. Oh, how does that happen? Oh,
Yep.
it was about Monster Hunter.
Mm.
For like people were like somebody said it was Sky's the Limit earlier today said I play once a week. I play Monster Hunter with friends on stream for a community thing, and I'm like, it's kind of like what we were talking about with League of Legends, right? It's not like a community game. It's like you and two friends. It's not.
Mhm.
It's like, is it
It
worse?
kind of it only like feels more like a community game if you're playing Monster Hunter World, just because they had like 16 player lobbies, which
Mm.
is 4 groups of 4,
Mm.
and people can in that particular game, people can like jump between the groups of 4 and help people with quests and do all that kind
Okay.
of stuff. But with Rise, it is just 4 people,
Mm-hmm. And
which
there's
is
kind of like
fine.
a die off, right? Like maybe if you have 10 viewers, this can work. But what do you do when you have 50?
Yeah. It's fine if you're smaller in doing that, because there will always be somebody in the chat who wants to jump in and play. But if you get bigger, like, and people want to play with you, you can only get like two or three other people in there.
Yeah, it's not really a community thing unless you're doing world, and then even then you have to do it right.
Yeah.
And then there's
It's just
no
like the limit is a little bit bigger in World, that's all.
yeah, it's not like a long-term investment strategy either. Like what do you do next? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like those games are actually doing a disservice to a lot of streamers. more than they serve them to help them actually grow. And like when you have 2 to 3 viewers or less than 10, let's just say less than 10, like, can you afford a community day? Like you don't need a community day on stream. You need a community time that you spend with people in Discord, sure, and like bond with people and like make friends and stuff. But community day on stream, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the whole community day on stream thing, to be honest. I feel like constructive streams like art streams or like model building streams that serve to allow you to bond with your community are usually better when they're not a game.
Community night
Yeah.
streams feel forced.
A lot of
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Oh, it's
Like,
like,
it feels
well, it's
like, hey,
like-
gang, let's get on this game because you guys all like this game, right? Like, I understand how like it's kind of hard. You do kind of want to find some point to like get people to get in on something, and you do know that 4 or 5 people all happen to own X game or something, but
Yeah.
like, there's a level of force to it that it varies immensely based on who's doing it. Because like sometimes having that little bit of like, hey, we might as well all play this thing works, but a lot of people they just sort of force it too much that it's just like, eh.
it would be more
Well,
exciting.
With like, it feels like one of those what do you call it the group exercise things that like companies do.
like team building exercise. Yeah. Well, I think just like the term community day, a lot of people limit it to playing games, which I think is probably the mistake, right? Because making it a game means that you have to get people invested in doing something.
It's also not that fun to watch. Like it becomes too much about like you're either on the inside crew or you're on the outside watching. And the outside watching people are the ones that suffer the most. Right?
They definitely engage less. I've done 2 community days ever, and one was far more successful than the other. And the one that was more successful was we played a free game that could run on a potato, and it had like a 64 player limit, and it was just a bunch of quick mini games, and people were jumping in and out, and it was fun.
Something everybody can get in on and be involved
Yeah.
with. That's that works.
It was a game that was as accessible as possible.
Yeah. I think more fun is to create stuff that is engaging for the people who are only watching as well. So like a good community event could be something like a race where you have, it could be like a freaking battle royale or something, or it could be even like Bloodborne where everybody's racing, or like what you guys do with Bridge Crew is like a good like middle ground between somewhat like a community thing, but the community is like watching you guys struggle together, right?
It was 4 communities coming together for Bridge Crew,
Right.
essentially.
And they're all like there to watch the train wreck.
Yeah.
Right, like
And that is
they
a
get to be
form
in
of community building.
Yeah, they get to be in on the train wreck. That's where the value is. So there's a lot of potential for people to probably choose games and organize things. Like it's such a cop out to be like, League of Legends for community night, or, but like why not like a freaking like, I don't know, some kind of competitional based thing where everybody plays. What's that game where the guy's in the pot and he's got a sledgehammer and he's trying to climb shit?
Getting over it.
Yeah, getting over it. Like have everybody play getting over it and race and take a screenshot. Like, if they get whoever gets there first wins a stupid prize. Like if it's Pickles, he could make you a drawing or something like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That-
Because like if you do that, if you do something like that and have people post their screenshots, also make sure to share that on stream.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then, people will see it's worth the investment to even participate.
Yeah, but it's something that goes beyond like tonight we're playing. It's community night. Oh, okay. Can we shift topics too? Because this is also reminding me of like the other big thing that I hate. we've talked about this before on the podcast a little bit, but like, and we've talked about it here too. But shifting responsibility for game selection to viewer based community vote again. Like this is like such a bad idea.
It is a bad idea, and a lot of people like. I get what the mentality that takes you to that point to, take your hands off the steering wheel and say, "Hey, chat," or like even
vote.
put it in Discord, like, "Hey, tell me what game to play next. So vote here, here, and here."
It does not usually work because like you're basically working on the base human psychology of like giving somebody options or at least poking them to make to fill out a thing that they're going to be like, I don't know, I guess I'm going to forcibly choose something since you keep poking me about it. And that doesn't really give you an earnest, like, look into what people want to see. You're just poking all your friends and go, hey, answer which of these 4 games you want to see. And you'll just be like, I'm going to pick the one that I actually know anything about or played.
Well,
And
like,
then you're probably going to watch that stream because you're just like, I don't know this one.
choice between 4 games is better than leaving it open, though. Like, I've seen people just be like, all right, you guys choose, nothing's off the table.
There's
Just
that.
make a game and tell me what to do. Like, I've seen that, but I think it's less harmful if you choose the games that you want them to pick from, as long as you choose like games that are still smart for your stream, though. Like, it still has to be a very, very controlled choice.
The problem is it's so time sensitive. You could choose 4 games that are good when you're looking at the list, and then the next day when everybody chooses it, they've chosen a game that for some reason a bunch of streamers have decided to stream, and now you're at the bottom of the list again, and then it suddenly became bad for your stream.
Yeah.
It's just, you're just removing too much of what you really need in your control, the stuff you have in your control to grow your stream. You're just like, remove it. I don't know. That one bothers me the most, actually, is the viewer thing, because now you're really not trying to grow your stream. Like, do you really?
Especially when like your viewers have maybe over time, because this is coming from anyone who's a variety streamer, you have like even if you may have a good amount of like maybe a 30-40 viewer average as like a random number, of those like 40 people, 10 of them came from like Dark Souls, 15 of them found you because you were doing like whatever, like art streams or whatnot, and like the other people came from like maybe here and there from like any other game you played at some point, doing like a retro game. What are they gonna do? One's gonna say, hey, who cares, play Elden Ring. The other one's gonna say, I don't know, I just watch you chill and do whatever. And then the other people are gonna be like, yo, are you gonna do another retro game? Because I remember that you played Crash Bandicoot 2? Could you, like, are you gonna get on a Spyro? Like, stuff like that. It's like, what a surprise. The people you found, like, that found you from certain games are just gonna want more of X game.
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much to think about that just doesn't. People just want to turn on their stream and stream whatever, and it's just like, I don't know. I think at some point I'm gonna break. My patience. I can feel it wearing against my patience, especially with Elden Ring. Elden Ring is like, I'm becoming very, very not patient with Elden Ring. The amount of people that are just willing to stream it without, I don't know. Do you guys feel like it's a like, what do you do? What do you do?
About what?
Like, what do you do in the terms of
How do we help people realize the sacrifice that they're making isn't worth it?
I don't know. I don't know if that's something we can like really tell people, because that becomes such a
things
Oh,
that
subjective thing.
this is the thing that they'll only really maybe register about this, like, thinking about it in retrospect, like 3 months from now. And that's the frustrating part, is that for anyone who stays with doing streaming and they do random crap like this, they will look back at it months from now going, man, like, the whole thing of like, oh man, my year one of streaming, I actually, that 1 month was so dumb that I did that game. And it's like, that's the only time they'll ever, like, process it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, telling them outright and within, like that, the next day, you come off as being judgmental and just trying to, seems, the smart guy or something, when it's like,
I just feel like you only get so much opportunity to make streaming work. And like it is a bit of a gamble, and if you're not making the most of every moment that possibly could make your stream hit that trajectory and like have the growth that you really need, then like it's like playing you're buying lottery tickets but you're never playing any numbers. Right? Does that make sense?
yeah.
Just wasting their money on the lottery ticket, knowing that they won't win. I don't know. I just feel like it becomes a giant waste of time. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just sad at wasting my time trying to help people, and watching other people waste their time, and then just ending up frustrated. And like at some point, I'm just not going to be able to hear it anymore. I'm just going to be like, yeah, well, you decided to stream Elden Ring, so.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna stream Elden Ring, you have to be okay with the fact that you'll never have a blind playthrough. But Souls games are so evergreen on Twitch that
And
they
even
probably don't care.
especially Elden Ring, right? Because it's open world, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this is like the Skyrim Elden Ring or Souls game, I guess, right? So it's the replayability on it's going to be massive. That's why I don't.
Yeah, the
There-
sacrifice is the blind playthrough of it.
But with a game like Skyrim, like what is a blind playthrough? The game's so massive that every playthrough is somewhat blind, right?
I don't know.
There's so much to is I don't know. I don't know enough about Elden Ring, but it's going to be so much to do that it's so replayable that it's not Zelda. It's not like you
Playthroughs of Elden Ring are probably going to be a hell of a lot longer than an entire playthrough of Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3 or anything like that. It's
and
gonna be-
different, right?
Yeah, it's deep and heavy and full of stuff to do, which in the other Souls games they are fairly linear, especially if you know what you're trying to accomplish. And you can bust through like Bloodborne in a couple hours if you know where to go.
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring's gonna have a split of different types of Soulsy kind of streams, because like there's gonna be like the speed run, and there's gonna be people that are doing like bosses only, and there's gonna be other people that are just like trying to find everything. Because like it's gonna take probably maybe a first year of that game before like people basically have found everything in the game to be like, okay, I 100%ed it, whatever. So then that's when it starts to kind of turn into either people that are just doing their new blind playthroughs, or everyone else who's doing their whatever New Game Plus equivalent boss runs only, no death, whatever.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one.
I just think it's like kind of. I've only seen streamers with like really good self control, at this point at least, and I'm sure there's exceptions to this, but for the most part, the streamers that I've watched go from like 0 to success. It was very conscious and it was very controlled, their decision making, and it wasn't based on just pure emotional desire to play a fun thing. It was almost never based on that. And the problem is that with the Elden Ring issue is that it points to a deeper issue, that you're always going to have this struggle, right? Like this is always going to be a problem. So you just start dealing with it now. And Elden Ring's a good one to actually defeat it with, because if you love Souls games and you can avoid streaming Elden Ring, then you're winning. Like, you're good. Now it's going to be easier from here, right? Like, the other games aren't going to tempt you as bad, because how often does a Souls game actually come out, right?
I have finally conquered the beast of not being a Souls streamer anymore. I just had to basically really, really hate myself on doing Dark Souls 3 Deathless too many times that I just genuinely burned out of it. Like, that's why I was not clamoring for Elden Ring like day one. Because I'm just like, you know what?
I find it really ironic too that like a lot of Souls streamers, are their trait openness is low. This is something we talked about on the podcast. Like, not the successful ones. The successful ones, their trait openness is typically pretty high. But like the ones that are trying to be Souls streamers, they're 10 viewer Andy Soul streamers, and then they hate Dark Souls 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, this is maybe literally making fun of people who play Dark Souls 2, like going real extremely into the "you're stupid if you like Dark Souls 2" category, right? And then like Snazzy's in the chat and he's like, okay, like immediately you're disconnecting from anyone who does like Dark Souls 2, and you're making them kind of your enemy. I find it really funny that like, this is one of the reasons on the podcast I talked about trait openness for kind of so long. Towards the end, it was less of a discussion, and I was more like trying to get the point out there, because I think this is a real problem. Like, streaming's such a social thing. You almost don't want to be like a hater, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can have an opinion.
As long as you don't attack people's
opinions are fine.
Character. I've seen people attack people's character because they disagreed on an opinion of a game.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Also, don't like armchair game dev it. That's one that I really am just so over. It's like, I'm not saying like you can never ever critique anything game related, but like some people fall way too deep into that realm of what I call like the armchair game dev, is that they lay into this like full gamer reviewer guy when it's like, what are you even talking about? Because like anyone who remotely is thinking it that way, their brain's tuned out, because you're just sitting there kind of pontificating about what games should be or should not be, when it's like,
no, you don't understand, Kuma.
Get it. You didn't really like X game already, like.
No, you don't understand. I've played so many video games that I'm an expert. Okay, I've played thousands and thousands of hours of video games, so I know everything.
Also, like 8 of my Twitter friends are in fact game devs, so shut up.
Yeah. I don't know.
That sounds like people who talk out of their ass.
Mm-hmm.
Streaming's kind of the worst for this, because it like, you kind of like, imposter syndrome is real, but nobody suffers from it. Nobody's feeling like an imposter. They all feel like they're experts.
That's the weirdest case, is the like very bipolar situation when it comes to streaming. More specifically, is everyone having those moments that, off stream is the whole, oh my god, imposter syndrome, am I even that good? But then on the flip side, they are so like, they can't tell how like egotistical and like
it's
inflated
the trait
they think they are. They're like, oh, I'm all good, I'm doing this and that, and my opinion's the right opinion, and blah, blah. And it's like, what?
The trade openness is a big one. This is Go ahead.
I was gonna say is just that's kind of the reason why I've like after seeing my own, kind of really looking critically at my own way of how I'm on stream, I've basically embraced the kind of a level of being a heel, as in, wrestling term, of not really being horribly negative villain heel type stuff, but more so just the sense of instead of trying to like have this weird thing of being, look at me, I'm so natural, organic, whatever, and then being weirdly passive aggressive at people, I just kind of embrace it of being like, if I just openly just kind of be a bit of a jerk about things, I'm just gonna roll with it rather than trying to do this like weird deal where they try to act like, hey, I'm relatable, but then also I'm right, you're wrong, shut up, don't I'm gonna argue with you. And it's like, huh? So then I'm just like, F it. If I say something like, some crazy, statement about something, I'm just gonna roll with it and just see how people go about it. And try to like double down with it.
Streaming is weird. It's such a. I mean, these things don't hold you back that much, honestly. Like, I've seen like really egotistical like. Okay, I should say this differently because it does hold you back eventually, right? Like, I've seen people become partnered and get like really big, and they're like, they have like the complete opposite of imposter syndrome, and they're like, they should really take some more time to consider like how they present themselves and who they are on stream and what. And then, but they're like at 100 viewers and they're doing whatever they're doing. They feel like they're doing well, but then a year later, and this has happened over and over again. And this is not gender exclusive either. I've seen really beautiful, intelligent, but incredibly egotistical women go from 300 viewers to 6. Like, it's not, you're not immune to this. Like, the more attention you get, the more almost important it becomes that you have a more well-rounded personality and less obtuse and hard. And I've had a lot of people like say, oh well, I'm just brutally honest, and I'm like, no, you're an asshole.
You're just trying to excuse yourself for being literally an asshole.
Yeah. Or like you're super egotistical. This actually comes out worse at TwitchCon. Which, by the way, are any of you guys going to TwitchCon?
I don't know.
No, not sure.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm not sure at this point either. I probably will since it's in San Diego. But the biggest concern, like I've been at TwitchCon, multiple TwitchCons, right? And you see these people on stream and they're like super friendly with everybody and they're super like whatever, engaging, and they seem like they're kind of cool and they seem like they're fun. And then you go meet them at TwitchCon and they're like only cool with the cool people at TwitchCon. Like if you're just like nobody, like they're not like, not everybody was like this, but like it becomes more obvious those people that like they just think they're like the cool kids and they only want to hang out with the cool kids. And like, so you see them, you say hi, and they'll say hi, and you're like, hey, you want to take a picture or something? And they'll be like, ah, sure, whatever. And then they kind of like ignore you and move on. They don't like, and then meanwhile, you've got like really genuine, like cool, like nice people, big streamers as well, next to them. And they're like, hey, it's nice to meet you, and like trying to be nice to you, and like, whatever, like much more engaging, much more open. You've never even seen their stream and they're like nicer to you, right? And you're like, you've been in this other person's chat and like you feel like you kind of know each other and you're meeting for the first time and they're just like looking at you funny. Like, what? I don't understand. Like, why do you think you're such a cool kid? Like, what is going on?
I think what it all really boils down to is just authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
The way you present yourself on stream should be authentic. Like it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be trying to put on any. Like,
but what if you're authentically an asshole?
Like,
then like
That-
own it. You
that's a
know, like
problem.
there are
guess,
people
yeah.
who are authentically assholes on Twitch, and but they do know there are certain lines that they shouldn't or won't cross because it takes them from being an endearing one to just like
An actual
an
asshole.
actual one.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Don't be an
kind of
actual
like
asshole. Yeah,
that's like the heel role that Kuma was
Yeah.
talking
yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah.
But
it's
like
so weird
obviously
that
there are certain lines not to
there's such
cross.
a weird cross about how much the like. I'm not even like I'm not saying I'm even like a wrestling guy. I just know a lot of people who were like massive wrestler like nerds, but like there's such a weird overlap of how many things that can actually you can take from the spectacle entertainment wrestling crap that can go into streaming that if you are able to run with that kind of persona thing, sure you can push the whole I'm being a jerk kind of thing as your more so your stream thing, but you're not like literally that's just you. But the problem is people suck at that and also cross it and get it wrong because then they literally are just making them have a new personality of I'm an asshole now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not really the like doing it for entertainment thing. They're just making themselves propped up of being like, hey, I can be toxic and that's what people like me about, so I'm just gonna just do that, and then that just becomes your personality. And it's like, which the other side of this is the like the kind of a interesting contrast is the unique spot that Avoid the Puddle Eris is that he is actually like out of context he seems like the most horrible person, and his chat is the most toxic spamming just rancid idiots. He himself, Eris, is a super chill dude and actually oddly wholesome. But his ongoing thing is how he just talks to his chat that way, and also, that kind of just has that spot, mainly
It's
coming
like a
from
comedian.
the FGC, fighting game side, that you kind of have that kind of weird camaraderie of like being, hey, we're gonna, yell at each other,
Well,
but
but
now we're cool.
even Eris, like avoiding the puddle, he's only really toxic when people kind of deserve it too. He's like,
Yeah, like the main thing is when people are actually just saying the most
yeah,
not thinking about it thing, he then goes,
he is
"Shut
wholesome
up,
in a way.
idiot." Yeah, but like it's just again, it's just a weird deal because like the easiest example, as of late, which chances are is probably not even saved because VOD wise is probably gone by now. But like I think it was like a year ago ish. He was streaming just because he just streams whatever. He was playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and the funny contrast about that game is how he basically kept making random jokes, very easy jokes about how stupid platformer Nintendo stuff. But after all that, he was actually genuinely having a nice time with it and going, "This game's great." And then, of course, meanwhile, just the usual stuff where somebody comes in and is like, "Hey, you missed the O letter over there," and he's like, "Shut up! Someone shoot that guy!"
Yeah,
And then he just goes back to just having a nice time, going, like he'll die like the stupidest thing that's his own fault, and he still just goes, "This game's great."
he's very
Like that alone is like the highest, best example of this like being that like just openly like maybe jabbing at people that deserve it, and then just being like, I'm still having a good time on my stream.
He's
And
very
the thing is, when people
parental.
try to act like that toxic asshole thing, that's all they do.
Yeah.
Like the entire thing is them waiting for people to yell at them.
Well,
So then it ends up
he
making your regulars just do that.
Yeah, he waxes and wanes between like being like making fun of people, but also like he's very intelligent. You can tell.
Yeah.
Like, so there's like he's not attacking people just to be abrasive. He's like it's actually real. It's like
Yeah.
honest. He's like,
he a lot of times actually is more so jabbing at how people sort of like word things, because he'll basically be like, "Hey, how about not give me a loaded question by saying how do I do this when you could just Google it, idiot." Like it's more so that than just being genuinely like
yeah,
targeting somebody.
yeah.
It's that thing that's kind of like you and your friends will hit each other in the nuts as a joke, but if some random tries to come up and hit you in the nuts, it's like you and all of your
I don't know what
friends
kind of
like
friends
stand
you
up for
have
that
here.
guy.
It's just-
Well, like not
No,
literally,
I know,
like
I
It's,
know.
it's taking the piss out of somebody.
Yeah.
and but then somebody else does it like the wrong way, and it's,
Yeah.
everybody rallies to come to that person's defense
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's like, yeah, we're joking and having fun and having a good time, even though it is, at each other's expenses sometimes. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we still know that we're all on the same side.
True.
And I think like that kind of
It gets portrayed well.
mentality, yeah, I think that kind of mentality, if it's like authentic to the kind of relationships that you have with your friends, it's cool, right? Like if somebody comes in and they get it, they're on the same page and they fit right in, and then somebody else comes in and like starts dropping gamer words instead, you're like, no, that ain't it.
Mhm.
But it's that line between being a heel and being an asshole again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think the other thing, like the comparison with the heel thing, is that the biggest part about doing the heel toxic, I'm gonna f somebody up kind of thing, is it's angled toward obviously other wrestlers. So it's kind of the whole thing, like the stream side is how a lot of people, the interconnected, IQ community and other people, we have our kind of our jokes of how people can kind of make ridiculous statements at each other, and that's kind of the whole real funny sort of jokey thing, not really this whole weird random viewers that you should target and yell at.
Yeah.
It's like, how there's that joke where like a comedian will say something about how like they're fat or somebody, and then they'll point to somebody in the audience that you laughed at that the wrong way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think this whole streaming thing is so much more complicated than because even if people take all of our like thoughts and advice to heart and like grind their way up, it's so easy to just squash yourself along the way if you're not like really suited for streaming. I think actually a lot of
Yeah.
people are probably not suited for streaming.
I mean, like, we're not even experts either. Like, we're all trying to figure it out
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
So
true. It's so complicated.
there could be somebody brand new who comes along who has more different experiences than we have, and finds new paths for
It is so complicated
success.
because I've seen people have short-term success that looks like it should last and it doesn't on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is really scary to think about, right? You've got... It's so hard to make Twitch work, and then it seems like it's working, and then all of a sudden it's not working anymore. That's really scary. That's kind of why we try to do this, is have these discussions and stuff, because the discussion itself kind of helps us try to frame it and figure out what the heck is going on. Because you watch these streamers blow up, and unless you blow up massive, even then, those people get canceled. Or they cancel themselves. And
Well, blowing up doesn't mean you won, because it's like a bubble.
it's
bubble
not
will
stable.
pop.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
unstable.
So you have to be able to take that. You have to be able to take advantage of the momentum in the right ways to sustain as much of it as you can, and it's not going to be 100% of it, but
And you got to be somebody who can actually, in the end, actually deserves what you've earned, in a sense, right? Because like, the longer you have success that is unearned, the more obvious it becomes over time to people.
yeah.
And then it's not sustainable. You're not going to have sustainable success because people are going to feel like... Jared's actually a really good example of this. Like, he's very careful to make sure he earns people's view, right? Like, he's very, very, very careful about always being somebody that like deserves... If you sub to me, I'm going to make that something that I earned. It's valuable.
Yeah.
And
he says that a lot. Like if he gets like a big whatever happens to him, he always makes sure to mention like I'm gonna try to earn that
yeah,
for you.
yeah, he's mindful of that he needs to stay valuable, and like it's not like just deserved innately. Like he doesn't act like he deserves it, which is actually really important as a streamer. I think it's
I think that's just an important characteristic to have. Like I don't feel like I deserve anything.
no.
I gotta earn it,
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as I start feeling entitled to something, I become an
It's
asshole.
bad news. Yeah, it's very difficult for everybody involved. Like unearned success doesn't really last. You're gonna squander it so fast, and people are not gonna stick with you. Not gonna stick around. That makes it that makes it very complicated.
You're putting like expectations on your viewers and community
Mm.
in a way.
Go. What do you mean?
Like the entitlement kind of thing is that like you feel that like
Oh.
once you have subscribers that they're gonna like stay with you, and that means that they have to like keep this their subs going and things like that. Where it's like I am good stuff, and why aren't you guys still here? Why aren't you guys? Why not the hype trains? And it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a. I'm just really worried that people are not really suited for streaming, and there's no good way to tell them that they need to change in order to make this actually last. Because overnight success, even if it were to become like some weird possibility in this industry, won't actually last. And it's really more important that you figure out how to have long-term success. And a lot of people who are like drawn to streaming are probably not ever going to be suited for it.
There are a lot of people because the face of streaming is, turning on OBS and going live and playing a game and having a fun time. But there are a lot of different aspects to it that people who are interested in the space could find a place for themselves in. Like if it's like editing people's streams into YouTube videos or this or that or whatever. Like there's more
Outside
than
of streaming?
just streaming
Yeah.
itself. Or like
Yeah.
making art assets and stuff like that. Like
That's what I'm
there-
saying. I think a lot of people are drawn to the be a streamer. They're like attention seekers, right? And that those people are the ones that are gonna have the least amount of actual success on Twitch, because they're just doing it for the attention, right?
Yeah. I just think there's a lot of space in streaming beyond the streamer.
Oh, of course. Yeah, there is.
And what's funny is that a lot of those things that you kind of get yourself into usually comes from people who initially tried to stream themselves and then they fell off of it for whatever reason, just not enough time to do it or burnout. And that's how they actually cement themselves in a better spot where they're like, yeah, streaming didn't work out for me, but I've already have like 8 streamer friends and they know I video edit, so
Mm-hmm.
now I'm
Yeah.
able to charge people to make alerts because I know what I like on a stream. Like it's a interesting spot some people can kind of get into, which sadly it really does usually come from basically ex streamers now turned into using their other talents or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just feel like the general person who wants to be a big streamer in a lot of cases is not actually suited for it. They just want the attention and
People that want to be internet famous and
yeah,
get
yeah.
those clip things where it's them on Twitter. They get to post on Twitter of them going, "Oh my god, 2,000 bits! Oh my god, 100 gift subs!"
You're typically really antisocial if you're the person who you may feel like you're being social, but if you're that person who goes to a party and is like the center of attention, but like for all the wrong reasons, like, you're not making everyone laugh and having a good time. Like people are like uncomfortable because you're so obnoxious.
Yeah.
Those people tend to be drawn towards like streaming, and then because it's like easy attention, they think it's going to be quick and easy and simple and deserved. But then also those people tend to like give up on streaming very quickly at the same time, right? Like
Hopefully.
Yeah.
a lot of them do. A lot of them, like a month into it, since they're not getting the attention, they're like, "Yeah, I tried streaming. It's stupid," right? And then they give up. I think that's. I think the streaming space. This is why if you can do it right and you've got the right mentality, you have a good chance to make streaming work, because the majority of the people that are drawn to this are not going to try very hard. They think they deserve it, and they're going to like long term. They're self-sabotaging. They're just going to destroy themselves, and not be able to handle it, because they're going to be egomaniacs, and that's going to become really obvious, because in this space, it's not a good idea to be have like a horribly huge ego. That's a really bad spot to be. Streamers who are impatient, that's gonna really hurt you. Streamers that are like having a big personality can be nice and good, but if it's a big ego, that's gonna hurt you too, because who's gonna want to work with you, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's the other thing, is that there's plenty of people out there that it is the worst time to see them ever try to like co-stream collab with anybody, because there's just so much of a like seeking attention guy, and there's just no chemistry, and they're just like trying so hard to just grab onto somebody else's stream and being like, "Hey guys, it's me." And what's really bad is whenever that happens, the other person usually is the much more quiet, like whatever, chill streamer, is the one who's just like maybe just happen to be friends with them for some reason, and they're just let it happen because they are just not a active, loud presence. So then they think they can maybe get some mutual gain from this, but it's not. It just comes off as a really unfortunate stream where you do a co-op game with somebody, and one guy's kind of just whatever, and the other guy's like trying so hard to be the freaking hilarious improv comedy man.
Well, this actually kind of relates back to one of the pieces of this podcast that we were talking about. I actually wanted to dig into this more, but we ran out of time on the episode. So there's the people who put the half naked anime girl in the corner of their screen, just like unironically, but also somewhat. They think it's ironic, but it's like also unironic at the same time, because they know that like cute, sexy girl image gets attention, and I've seen this on partner channels, right?
Yeah.
And like you go in, and immediately my first thought is, why? Wait, are people here because of you or because you put that image up? Like, how do you know? If we take the image down, does your stream die?
Just go be a VTuber then.
Like, are you a good streamer? And like this person, I even asked them. I asked them in the chat. I said, "What's with the half naked anime chick?" And they were just like, it's it's sexy or something, and like, who doesn't like sexy girls or something like that? And I'm just like, okay, so are you still? Is this still a joke? Is it not a joke? Is it? How are you partnered? Now this streamer doesn't have as many viewers as they used to. I don't know. I haven't checked if their stream has the girl on it anymore, because I was just uncomfortable enough watching it, thinking that like you're just objectifying like women just generally now. Like I don't even know how I want to feel. I don't want to have feelings about this.
You're trying to get a few more clicks based on like, was it the meme of the monkey looking with the neuron action activates thing?
You know that sex sells, so I'm just gonna plaster it up here and like get more attention. People will click because booba, and it's like, okay, yeah, but
Pretty cheap and tasteless.
yeah, and I don't know. It's just like easy, I guess, and it's like, is it valuable? Is it actually a valuable thing that you're offering to viewers. Like I don't. I just don't. I just can't. I can't even begin to wrap my head around how this is like normalized for people and like okay to do. I don't know. And I see it a lot. Like if you go look at like low viewer streams, they're also doing it. I think because maybe they saw the 1 or 2 partnered streamers that are doing it and think that's what they need to do.
I'm sure some of the people that do this probably, if they have enough like money to commission, they'll probably have like using all their sub emotes to be like some anime girl mascot as their emotes for some reason. Even
No,
though
that'd
they
be
may
too much
a
effort.
yeah, but
I
I'm
mean,
saying,
we
like,
do
for
know
people
someone who does that. So
who may have like the money and whatever to throw it at that. That's the whole case. Is some of these people are just like, which I see that too, is that people are like random speedrunner dude, but then all of his emotes is some anime girl, and it's like, huh?
Well, I mean, that's not exactly what. Like, I don't think that's related, honestly. Just to plaster the character on the screen, because it's usually not related to the stream itself. Even
Mm-hmm.
like when we were doing all the waifus and stuff, like that was still, it was all related to stream. Like it was people we knew and friends and stuff. But like the
Yeah.
guys that are putting up the sexy dancing gifs in the corner, they got literally nothing to do with the rest of the stream. It's like literally just there. Integrating into stream would make more sense, but like they're
Yeah.
not doing that.
well, also your waifus feel like you're making fun of those people on some level.
Yeah, kind of.
Right.
It's a meme
Yeah,
for sure.
it's like a meta joke where you're like,
Yeah.
you're kind of like saying, well, by the way, the joke is on you, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel, and I even had people like be defensive of the person doing it because I would be talking to people and I'd be like, I just don't think this is a good idea. There's just like something completely sits wrong with me to see
It's just
the objectification, like talking about like the objectification of sexuality in general,
it's
like any
lazy
gender.
eye catching.
It's like, yeah, like I'm gonna just plaster like sexy men all over the screen. Like what? Like, why not sexy men? Right? Oh no.
For the
Less
It would
people.
Well,
just
if you find the right streams, you can find that too. Trust me.
Yeah, right. And I get it. The people, I get it when it's the streamer themselves a little bit. Like I actually don't mind like the hot tub streams and the streamer themselves kind of sexualizing themselves.
Yeah.
For a couple of reasons. Number one,
there's more agency in that.
Yeah.
that-
It's dumb.
it's that, and it's also like being attractive isn't just like a one-dimensional thing. It's very complicated to you have to put in, you have to diet, you have to exercise, and like a lot of these people go to the gym, they take care of themselves. It's and like you're putting in so much work to look good. You on some level you want to share it. It's like you want people to know like look, it's like if you spent like hours and hours and hours making anything, you kind of want people to know that you've worked hard and what your results are. So I get like the desire to kind of like, if you become buff and like take pictures of yourself and show it to people and share it with people because you've put up all this work in. You want to share your results, and you want to capitalize on how those results have a positive impact on your relationships with people, and to the world. And it is a currency. Like attraction and attractiveness is a level of currency. So I get it. But I really feel like it crosses a line if I were to take, I don't know, those same photos of let's say those streamers and put them on my stream because that might get me more clicks on the thumbnail. Now
That's
it's like,
weird.
now I'm using someone else's sexuality as a currency for my stream, my content. That's, even an anime girl, like that makes me so uncomfortable. I don't know.
Yeah, it's because it is somebody else. It's not. There's the lack of agency in that
Yeah.
from the people that are being used as the quote unquote currency for it.
Yeah, it bothers me so much. All right. Well, I gotta go get ready for dinner and stuff. So this is a good discussion. I'll throw this on YouTube and hopefully it'll help people. But I
Thank you
appreciate.
for listening to the most nihilistic Friday talk show we've had yet.
Don't stream Elden Ring.
Yeah, this was the Elden Ring dilemma. Oh boy, that's what I'm gonna title it on YouTube. Is the Elden Ring dilemma. For real though, thank you guys. I appreciate your thoughts, and hopefully that this is helpful for somebody at some point. So, thank you, and
Yeah.
we'll be back on Wednesday for more podcast. So look forward to that, and join us live on Twitch, Infant Quality Live, and don't forget to like and subscribe. All right.